No,
Yes.
no. Like you can debate that Muhammad is a part of God. You can debate the same debate which you guys do. Like you believe that Jesus is also God, the Trinity, right?
No, we have
So
facts that he is God. You have no facts that Muhammad is God. You pray to him because he told you to pray to him. There's a difference.
okay.
Would you like me to show you
So
evidence that you are praying directly to
yeah,
Muhammad? You want me to show you
yeah,
evidence that you are praying directly to the Black Stone? Would you like me to show you evidence that you also pray the Quran is also a uncreated and a
yeah,
godly figure according to your
yeah.
Muslim
Sure,
sources? Yeah?
sure. I will love that. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, no problem, brother. So, are
Hey,
you... Sorry.
go on, go on.
No, you was going to say something. I cut you off. My
No,
apologies.
I was saying what's agnostic like?
Agnostic. So agnostic is a belief in a creator, but they are unsure on what a creator is, or which is the correct creator.
Oh,
So they sort of pray, they sort
oh,
of hope one or all of them will help.
oh. Okay, go on.
Moonflare, brother, are you Christian? Are you Muslim? What are you, brother?
Hello. I'd
Hey,
say Christian.
Okay, fair enough. What denomination?
I'm considering either Catholicism or Orthodoxy, but I'm not sure yet.
Fair enough. How old are you, young brother? Are you a female?
20. Female.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my apologies. I don't want to misconstrue you for a young boy. Um, but yeah. There's a lot of
I
faiths
mean,
out there.
I've generally studied all religions. I know an okay amount about most of them. I've looked at the arguments for most of them.
Hmm. Fair
Mm,
enough.
mm.
So what gave you the conclusion that Christianity is more than likely correct?
I think Christianity has a much more historical backing. Let me look for some. I always think Christianity had a much more a historical backing. I was raised in an atheist household.
Hmm.
No one was particularly drawn to anything, and I don't know what you are, but one thing I immediately got drawn to about the Christian faith is the fact other faiths always felt like, I guess, cut off from the spiritual world, and
Hmm.
I always wanted that correct spiritual connection without actually falling into like middle-aged spiritualism,
Hmm.
which is just demonic witchcraft stuff, pretty
Yeah.
much, be
No.
honest.
Are you talking
yeah.
about Wicca and Wiccas and things like that?
Yeah, I wanted a strong sense of spiritualism and like with the spiritual world without getting to any of that stuff.
Fair
So like
enough.
I began to research a lot of the spiritual claims of both religions, and you have like intercession of the saints, you have confirmed miracles in both Catholicism and Orthodoxy, which I find, and you can't find them anywhere else, and I just find those very interesting.
No, exactly. I mean, I'm personally Orthodox. There's also Hadithita. He's also Orthodox when it comes to Christianity. I mean, if you're looking for a more concise and argument for Orthodoxy, he'll be able to explain it more to you. I'm not sure how well versed you are in history. Um,
I'm good at it.
you got it.
Um,
Are you aware of why the Dark Ages was called the Dark Ages?
we don't. I know we don't have it. It's more so we don't have much of documentation at that time. A lot
Mhm.
of it got destroyed. So like it's
Mhm.
not the Dark Ages in the sense it was a bad age.
Mhm.
It's more of the time it's a period in history where we don't have as much records as we would expect them.
Yeah,
At least that's what I know.
that's correct. But it was mostly pronounced from, I suppose, Catholics or Christians at the time, due to the fact that the Catholic Church was killing its own people that was holding Bibles at the time. You couldn't even own a Bible; you'd be killed as a Christian.
I think you needed permission from the church to own. Like I know
Yeah.
people would have like because having a full Bible was typically really expensive because like books were really expensive.
Mhm.
But people were allowed to have like smaller scriptures in their house.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's just like one of the immediate reasons I was drawn to the Catholic and the Orthodox faith. I've done more research recently into like the prophecies of Saint Piosos. And when I looked at a lot of the proofs for Islam, I noticed a lot of them are like vacuum chambered because they find these things to be immediate proofs, yet you can find them elsewhere. Because, like, oh, Muhammad can make prophecies. Well, even if we grant hadiths are reliable and Muhammad can make prophecies, what do you do with all of these saints that also had correct prophecies? You're not going to convert to
Yeah.
Christianity just because they had correct prophecies too. So it's like whatever proof I found for Islam was never specific to that religion. It's like that's one of the reasons it just wasn't really appealing to me as
Plus,
much anymore.
plus they really take stuff some from other books. Some verses are copied from the Bible. Some stuff is copied from agnostic texts, from Gnostic's text. Some other stuff is copied by pagan fables. Muhammad
Yeah.
just didn't know how to tell, basically.
I can just like the reason I think I don't like about it is like it's aside from blatantly some very immoral things, it's so
Yeah,
echo chambered. Like I guarantee you, most Muslims don't know that. Well, in the church, at least the Catholic and like the Orthodox, correct me if I'm wrong. We have a concept of continual prophecy, not in the sense there's going to be any more prophets, but there's still people that can have prophecy, like saints, and they can have like spiritual insight
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
post temple period.
Well,
And most
yes.
Muslims don't even know that. They're not even aware that there's still saints that have some of the most insane prophecies you've ever heard of. And they're far more accurate and better than Muhammad's.
I was gonna say, to be
Like,
fair though, Muhammad did uppercut the moon and he did split it in half through no historical evidence, so that's
like
pretty good one.
some, I lean more toward Catholicism, but like some of the prophecies of Saint Piasos, if they're truly attributed to him, like it's absolutely insane.
Like if they're Orthodox, they're also inspired. So it doesn't mean if
Yeah,
um, also Catholics believe that even if you're Orthodox, you can be inspired by God. It's not that
yeah,
that
they
makes
have
you
valid sacraments, and they share like even
exactly.
post split, they share probably the two most. I don't call them prophets. I just say because like the church just calls them mystics. Is probably Saint Piasos, who's an Orthodox monk on Mount Athos, and this guy called Alois Erlmeyer, who was a German Roman Catholic mystic. It's like if Muslims are really interested in prophecy, I recommend they research or at least get some insight into these figures. But you know, I haven't been convinced by like most of the arguments for Islam.
Yeah, most of those arguments aren't convincing at all.
I've heard the side.
Some are like, wow, wow, it says in the Quran that it was made from dust. So of course it's accurate from no, dust is not like
Yeah, I've
what
heard
we
the
actually
science.
find.
I've heard the science. I've heard the Dawa scripts. I've heard the really. I've also evaluated like the arguments against Christianity too. Like I've tried to get all that in. I would say it's not a pet peeve. It's more just annoying to deal with. I don't want to sound like I'm gossiping or anything, but Muslims have an incredibly low IQ rate, and it's not even because like they're
No,
just
the
inherently
thing is,
stupid.
depends. There's two types from my experience. The smart ones who, however, rely on a high rhetoric, so they rely a lot on rhetoric. If you prove them wrong, they'll twist what just happened. For example, we
Lie
had
to
this
get.
debate. No, not lies. They twist stuff. For example, they use the tactic. Okay, they said me. Okay, now only using the Gospel of Mark, prove me Jesus is God. Okay, that's a
You can do
dishonest
that
move.
with the Gospel of Mark.
No, yeah, you can, but it's a dishonest move because you're taking one gospel apart from the others, and what you're doing is doing being dishonest. However, I still prove them that from one verse there's an indication that this is God. I just couldn't from just one verse prove them 100%. And they said, "Oh, so it's not sure. So yeah, so this, so that, so that." Even if I defeat them, for example, there's the Greek word proskuneo. They were considering saying, "No, it's separation, it's separation." When I showed them, it depends on context about what that means. They changed topic. Basically they said, oh, okay, so only on this verse you can't base your you can say Jesus is God, so you need other verses, etc. um I needed to go later, but that's the smartest. that's the rhetoric they use. That's the rhetoric they use basically.
Yeah. The thing I don't like, this isn't really a problem with like Muslims in particular, but we're in such an academically diverse world in the modern century that you can it's a good thing, but it's also bad in some ways because people need to be properly taught how to use and like read and use and utilize information properly. So a lot of the times when I debate Muslims, they'll just pull like the most random scholarly source and be like, "Oh, well, I have a scholar that says this." Well, you can find a scholar that supports literally anything, because the scholarship's so diverse in the
Yeah,
West.
they were using
I
Unitarian
can
scholars. They were
I can
literally
find
using.
I can
I
find some of the most critical advanced scholars that will tell you the Gospel of Mark was very likely written by someone named Mark and was a companion of Peter. You can find scholars that say we have no idea who wrote the Gospels 9,000. Like, yeah, so scholarship's very diverse, and I think people need to be taught how to properly utilize it. I went to UNC
yeah,
Charlotte
I
for a
I
few
wouldn't use
years.
scholarship. I wouldn't use modern scholarship, even for the Quran, because
Oh,
modern scholars heavily rely on their own opinions.
yeah.
They really have their own opinions, and then they use the knowledge they have, which is more than a normal person, to prove it. But they, especially in the Bible field, they're not really. I mean, to be objective on the, it's really hard. It's really hard to find some actual good scholars. Even
Well,
Bart Ehrman.
you have critics and then you have scholars. It's not to say critics aren't scholars, but critics specifically push scholarship in a certain direction that's meant to be hypercritical. Whether it's biblical scholarship or Quranic, whatever it is, they purposely push scholarship in a certain direction.
For
So
example,
it's
Bart
not to say
Ehrman.
that they're biased, but they're having an end goal in their scholarship. But if I pull a liberal critical scholar about the Quran, like Muslims don't accept it, but they'll just quote anyone when it comes to the Bible.
Well, the stuff that's most stupid to me is that, for example, they quote Unitarian scholars to prove that isn't God. Because they don't know Greek, they'll use scholars that use Greek um, to prove their point. But if you debunk them, they'll say no, it's like this in Greek. You quoting the same scholars and they repeat the same point. It's the same rhetoric. I've already faced that a lot of times before, and I think it's really strange that Muslims use Unitarian scholars when Unitarian scholars agree that Jesus is divine too. Um, that's why they usually rely on the Ebionites to prove their points. That the Ebionites were the original Christians. They thought Jesus was only a man, even if we don't have much from the Ebionites.
Yeah, I know a little bit of textual, well, not textual, like I know a little bit of like biblical scholarship because I went to UNC where they have like Bart Ehrman and James Tabor. I've never seen them there because when I was there, I didn't do religious studies, but I I have a little bit of background like into the field and how they do like hypercritical stuff, which most people aren't really aware of. I think I kind of saw James Tabor like once, but I didn't talk to him or anything. I never saw Bart Ehrman.
I really do disagree with some stuff, some techniques that Ehrman uses. For example, for the dating mark, he says, "Well, Jesus makes a prediction about the falling of the temple, so it must be after 70 A.D." But that's not a proof. I mean, in the Jewish culture, we have the temple being destroyed when the people deviate from the word of God. So even if he was a human, he could have predicted that using his own culture and his own history.
Well, the historical standard in the
Hey,
West.
Imam.
Yeah, Habibi.
Habibi, do you know how to speak Arabic? Do you know
Habibi.
how can you read Arabic?
Habibi.
Habibi, why you lie so much? Like, you saw the hadith yourself. It
Oh,
says the hour will
Habibi.
not arise, and you kept saying that no, I confirm that he will judge people in the
No,
day of judgment.
pull up the same verse.
Bro,
Pull up
why
the
you are
verse.
good at lying,
Screen
bro?
share.
Why
Pull
you
up
are
the
good at
verse.
lying?
Pull up the verse.
Which verse? It's a hadith.
Pull up the verse, Habibi.
You want the hadith?
Well,
Okay,
use
Habibi.
use the same one that you used, Habibi. Pull it up.
It's
Screen
the
share,
same one.
Habibi.
Okay, here it is. Here it is,
Screen share,
Habibi.
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 Habibi. Habibi.
ساعات
Let's look at you be a pagan kafir again,
I
Habibi.
translated تقوم الساعة
I thought it was
Just-
strange. No
just-
Muslim. Yeah.
المسيح ابن
It's
مريم
okay. Just so you know.
حكما
I'm down, guys.
Habibi.
That's the same one, right? The same one.
Habibi.
Here, look. Here it is.
Habibi.
Right? The green one.
Use
right?
sunnah.com. Use sunnah.com.
Who?
Use sunnah.com.
Asuna?
That's also sunnah.com. It has the English translation for the
Sunnah.com?
hadith. It has the translations also, so we can all.
Okay, here's translation.
Habibi.
It's
No,
the
come on,
The hour
sunnah.com.
will not arise until the
Sunnah.com,
Son of Mary
Habibi.
descends on you
Sunnah.com.
as a judgment in
Yeah.
installment.
Yeah.
Okay? And
Judge
he
you.
breaks the cross,
Who will
kills the
judge?
pig.
Who will judge? Habibi. Who's gonna kill the pig?
Yeah, he will
Habibi.
judge before what? Yeah, before
Who
what? He
will
will judge
judge?
in the day of
Habibi.
judgment. He
Habibi.
will judge in the day
Do
of
you
judgment.
realize
Bro,
you
do you
use
even
Google
know that
Translator?
Muslims,
Use actual Muslims translator, not
Yeah,
Google Translator. Try
Yeah. So
go to
sunnah.com.
sunnah.com. Go to sunnah.com
Okay,
and search the same hadith and see it's the same.
Bro, do you know that we in Islam, we got laws that the court judges for sins? You know
Oh,
that when
really?
you,
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
When you
I didn't
kill,
say
wow.
that.
your
Can
hand
you
gets
please?
cut, okay,
Can you
when you
please?
kill, you get killed.
Oh,
Actually,
wow.
Muslims get judged. Okay,
Can you
Yeah.
please
in this
look
world.
at the hadith
So
on
the idea
sunnah.com?
is when Jesus comes, those judgments will
Abu
be like
Arbibi.
stopped,
Abu Arbibi.
and he will.
I'll do
Habibi,
it
Habibi.
myself.
Well done,
I'll
well
do it
done.
myself. What's the name of the hadith?
Just mute yourself quickly, my brother. Don't worry about it. I've got it covered. Habibi, calm yourself down. Stop being heightened emotions and disrespecting other people. You came into a conversation, interrupted just to try and argue with me, where I'm going to still prove you wrong because you're an illiterate, just like your Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah.
Did you interrupt the conversation?
I didn't. When did I?
So,
Yeah,
sorry, guys.
you
Did he just interrupt the conversation?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Interrupt the conversation. Yeah.
So you interrupted the conversation. You interrupted the conversation being disrespectful. You interrupted a conversation. We are not your dhimmi Habibi.
Mute me and you interrupt me
Okay.
while I'm talking. Yeah. You were not.
We are not your dhimmi Habibi. Now calm yourself down,
You're
Habibi.
a kafir, Bob.
We are not.
You're a kafir, Habibi.
I'm the
You're
kafir.
not even Habibi. You
Habibi.
are Ibn Sharmuta, Habibi.
Habibi.
Kusum.
Come on, Habibi. Are you finished?
Can you even read Arabic?
Habibi, are you finished?
You can't. Okay,
finished?
get a friend of yours,
Habibi,
Christians.
are you finished?
Christian, let him read the hadith in Arabic, okay? Because
Yeah,
you don't know
sunnah.com.
what
Sunnah.com.
judgment in
Yep.
installments means.
Sunnah.com,
Since in
Habibi.
Arabic it says hakaman
Oh.
I have the
muqsita,
hadith.
which means
I have
a
the
ruler,
hadith.
not a
Screen
judge.
share, brother.
I put in the chat the hadith translated in
You want
English.
the hadith like here, okay?
Yeah, go on, Habibi.
It's Sahih.
الساعة
No,
حتى-
it's
Yeah.
Sahih al-Bukhari 6049.
Here is
Just
the
just
hadith.
so you know, we did this entire argument yesterday, and either way, it's still correct because he's a.
Okay.
Yep.
Can you read? Here it is. The hour will not begin until Isa ibn Maryam comes down as just a judge and
Oh,
just
yeah.
a ruler
Oh, really?
Okay. Here is sunnah.com. He
Yeah,
will
yeah.
break the cross, kill the
Oh.
pigs. And
There's
abolish the
another.
jizya.
Look in the chat. I put the hadith.
Okay. It's
Simon,
the
I can give
same
the
here.
link. I can give the link.
Drop the link, Habibi. Drop the link, Habibi.
It's in the chat. You can see, and
Just-
it says,
yeah.
"The Son of Mary will soon descend amongst you and will judge mankind justly, as just ruler. He will break the cross and kill the pigs, and there will be no jizya. Money will be in
Will be
abundance."
no
So that
no jizya. Will be no jizya.
Oh, does it say
Wow.
descend amongst you and judge mankind, Habibi? Who can judge mankind and their sins but God, Habibi?
Bro. Actually, the hadith in like here in front of your eyes, and you
Okay, guys, let's collectively spit on the kafir. Come on, guys, you ready?
The hour will not. Sahih
No.
al-Bukhari. Here is Sahih al-Bukhari and here is Sahih ibn Majah.
Habibi,
You wanna see
Habibi.
Sahih Muslim?
I
wanna
am
see how
from
Muslims
Bukhari.
go?
My hadith, I think the hadith I quoted is from Bukhari,
It's
3448.
it's okay, guys. Everyone, let's collectively spit on the dirty kafir who didn't
There it
even
is.
know
I have
Isa
it.
is
No,
sinless.
no,
The hour will
no,
Let's
not be
spit on the
no,
dirty
established
kafir.
until
no.
the son of
Let
Mary
please
descends
everyone be
amongst
calm.
you as just a ruler. As just a ruler, he will break the cross, kill the pigs, and abolish the jizya tax.
Really,
Uh,
yeah?
My
yeah.
mine is a bit.
Here it
I
is,
don't
in
know if
front
it's
of
the
your
same.
eyes. Sunnah.com.
I used Sun.com. I gave the link. I don't know
Habibi.
if it's
Where it is? Where is
fragmented
it, bro? Where is the link?
in the chat of the AVC.
Okay.
Habibi.
Okay. It says it will judge mankind justly, and the rest is in the brackets, as just rulers in the brackets, which means that it was it's not in the Arabic. When this happens, it's in the uh, when something is in brackets, usually in Muslim sources, as far as I know, it's something that's not in the Arabic.
Oh, Habibi. Dirty kafir.
اسكت يا ابن الأحمر.
Alhamdulillah, Habibi. Habibi doesn't even know Isa's sinless. Kafir. Oh, shiver me timbers, he's muted me.
Why, sorry, surely Jesus will, the son of Mary will soon descend amongst you and will judge mankind justly as just a ruler.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, no. It's in the brackets. When something's in the brackets in
Bro,
the
bro.
Arabic, it's
Okay,
not always
okay.
there.
Can you read Arabic? Can you read Arabic? It actually says the same here. Okay.
Can you show
قال
me
رسول الله صلى الله
where
عليه
it
وسلم
says as just
والذي
ruler?
نفسي بيده والذي نفسي بيده لا يشكن أن ينزل فيكم ابن مريم حكما عدلا. A ruler, a justifier ruler,
Oh, it says that. Okay, fine,
a ruler of
fine.
justice حكما عدلا فيكسر
Just
الصليب.
so
You
you
know
know,
what يكسر
he's
الصليب
doing a
means, bro?
trust me bro argument.
Like I
If
mean
you do
break the
your own
cross. Do you
research,
know what
he's
does
still
that
wrong.
mean?
I mean, I'll look the
Break the
you're
cross
you.
because
Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
will say the shahada and he will say that
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Christianity is
yeah.
a lie. He will just break the cross after that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, that's fine, Habibi. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's fine, Habibi. Uh, Habibi. Next time, Habibi, when you want to have a conversation, wait patiently, like the rest of the people, Habibi. Next time, Habibi,
So
if you want to have a conversation, wait. Do not interrupt, Habibi.
translate the Arabic.
Do not be disrespectful, Habibi. Now you're going to sit in timeout. You're going to be muted for a good hour. Next time, show respect if you want to have a conversation. But
No, don't mute him.
no,
Don't
no,
mute
it's
him.
okay.
Honestly,
No, it's okay. He's
no,
gonna.
don't mute him. Don't mute.
Habibi's
No,
gonna.
That was
don't
fast.
mute.
Habibi's gonna wait out an hour. He was disrespectful, Habibi. Does it say in the rules to not be disrespectful? What has Habibi done? He's gonna wait and moderate a voice chat for an hour.
What's the feminine of Habibi?
Uh, what's the feminine of Habibi? Well, like a
Yeah.
female to male.
حبيبتي.
What does
No,
Habibi
call it,
even mean?
if you call, because I know all the words in Arabic are gendered. What would it be the same if you called it? If you called a female Habibi, what would be like the
حبيبتي.
feminine?
حبيبتي.
Habibti, yeah.
Habibti.
The I've tried to translate. It doesn't say just ruler.
Yeah, it's just so you know, when he does, a lot of Muslims like to lie and say things are there that aren't actually there. If you do your own research, it
I
will always
mean
come to the conclusion that they're lying, by the
the
way.
Arabic. I've looked at the Arabic. I've used Google Translator. Okay, I mean it's not the best, but there's no there's not that part. It says who is the only man made you as just judgment made the son of Mary come down to you as just judgment, break the cross, kill the pig, put the jizya, never fold the money so that no one will accept it. When something is in the brackets, it's not there
Yeah.
usually. That's also in the Quran when you have translations, they put something in the brackets because it's not in the text.
Yeah,
So
it's some translation, right?
the
Some
dishonesty
scholars.
is um
Yeah, this has been his
wow.
entire argument. He didn't even know
Like,
Isa was sinless. He's barely worth a conversation.
Um
But
where are you
as a
from,
just
Imam?
ruler,
where am
Where are
I
you
from,
from?
Habibi? I'm from United Kingdom.
UAE,
No, no, UK.
UK.
Yeah.
Okay.
let's see. I'll try
You
to
have an
translate again, maybe
you
it
have an
does.
Arab accent.
see if
Yeah,
in my language it does indeed show the ruler stuff. I should
it
have
it says as a just ruler, not just a ruler, right? So
and no, it doesn't say ruler in the Arabic.
yeah. No, no, no.
It's just established
I agree with
context.
you. It has to, as a just, not just a, So it's more apparently. I don't know.
As a
Um,
just ruler, right?
no,
Okay.
yeah. The point was that guy was saying that the Arabic says the part in the brackets when it says as a just ruler is in the Arabic, but it's not there.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know Arabic?
Oh no, no,
Oh,
no.
fine.
I'm just
You should
watching.
Oh,
call
hello,
Chloe.
Jebediah again. How you
You
doing, man?
should call Chloe
Yeah,
though.
yeah. I
Jebediah,
forgot
how you
to.
doing, man? It's been a while. Since
Yeah,
I've
Yes,
seen
yeah.
you.
as a just ruler
I'm,
though. Yeah. I mispronounced it maybe. Um, we should call Chloe and maybe she knows Arabic. I should learn Arabic too because that's a weakness.
Uh, I know how to read Arabic, but I don't know the meaning.
yeah, I ain't spending 8 years just to learn Arabic, bro.
Damn,
Is
man.
this server mostly for like Orthodox?
No, no, it's a debate server, but usually the Muslims start to
Oh.
get disrespectful and angry, so then they have to take a time
Oh no,
out
I'm just
and they
asking. Are
can't
most of the
respond.
Christians in here like Orthodox ones?
No, there's
No,
quite a few
I'm Catholic. I'm
Protestant,
Catholic
Catholic.
too.
Oh,
There's a few
Orthodox Catholic.
Calvinists. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, the key point here is to debate Islam, not to.
Not here. I mean, we debate other
Oh,
religions, but it's mostly Islam that are the most.
Okay, so
Yeah. I haven't seen any Hinduist or and every. I mean, Hindus here are actually pretty respectful.
Yeah. I was
I
gonna
I'm
say.
never,
in
not
CP. I'm
always,
in Christian Princess server, and they have some interesting people in there.
but Hindus can change. I mean, I had bad experience
Imam
with
Logic said
Hinduism
just so you
before.
know, bruh.
They banned me because they asked me questions about Christianity and I answered. That's why they banned me.
Wait, what happened? Sorry.
No, I was in a Hindu server. They were starting a debate with me and another Christian. Um, they banned me from the Hindu server because I was answering the questions they made about my religion, and when I could actually answer, they banned. I mean, not they banned me, but they muted me and put me in the I don't know how to call that zone. The yeah, they kind of muted me. That I could only see one channel, and then I left.
Yeah.
So they were really kind of oppressive. I didn't. But the Hinduists here are actually pretty respectful compared to what my experience was.
I mean, initially, I mean, the Hindus here actually, yeah, are quite respectful. I mean, I've had a debate in them. If you look at the topic-based debates, I mean, we're going to continue the conversation later tonight, I believe, with Good Boy in regards to Hinduism. Um, but it's just finding time because they're all in India, aren't they? Most of the majority of the Hindus. Uh, and by the time I get home from work, it's like 4 or 5 a.m. for them, which is
Oh,
a bit difficult to speak.
however, I think you can unmute him
No, no,
now.
he's got an hour. He'll wait.
Okay.
If I give him a consequence and then back down on my consequence for him being initially disrespectful instead of being patient, I mean, I was aware
Yeah.
he was there. Did I interrupt your conversation?
No.
So why should he?
I mean, he wanted to prove something because he's angry. I don't even know why people are such dishonest. To be honest, what are they gaining from that?
Nothing. They have to defend their religion, and the only way they can do it is taqiyya. I mean, it's not a difficult objection.
I mean, Takia is no,
It's a
that's
Shia
just
belief.
lying because it's a Shia. No,
It's a Shia
some
belief, similar to
Sunnis
its
do,
kafir.
some Sunnis do, but they're a minority. And also, Takia is not about Dawa. Dawa is lying in a lot of cases.
Hmm.
Um, the scary thing is that that war is also coming to my country, and it's becoming pretty strong too. Not like London, not like you know some other places in Europe, not like in Belgium, um, but for sure there's some that were going that's starting to go in my country,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm feeling pretty. Um, I feel like there's some. It's gonna be really dangerous soon if we don't debunk some
Debunk some
lies.
dower.
Yeah, yeah. Not only not necessarily the religion, but I don't want anyone that says, "Well, I don't actually care if pedophilia harms children."
Mm.
Not pedophilia, hebophilia, but
Oh, are you referring to
still the
that guy?
concept's the
Are you
same.
referring to that guy
Yeah, yeah.
trying to justify
If
paedophilia?
someone says that marrying children isn't wrong, I don't want them in my country. I don't want them. I mean, it should be basic, right? But it's not. It's not.
I've had to full on debate Muslims because like there's 4 schools and 2 out of the 4 of them think female circumcision's obligatory, and the other 2 think it's recommended but not obligatory. I've had to like sit down and have conversation with Muslims on why it's a horrible idea to circumcise females because it has all these insane health risks that are not associated with male circumcision, just for them to turn around and say, "Oh well, it doesn't matter because Islam allows it." Like, what
Well,
was the
yeah,
point of
it's
that 2 hour
brainwash. It's
conversation?
brainwash. The they won't change their vision because they believe in something so much that everything that goes against it must be wrong. Their reason has been corrupted
Uh,
too
I,
much.
I've I've
Too
had
much.
1 out of 3 like responses. The first one is Islam doesn't actually allow this. 4. Okay,
Well,
the first one
not
is
all
Islam doesn't
Islam.
actually
Not
allow
all
this. Weak
Islam.
hadith. It
Not all
weak
Islam,
hadith.
at least.
The other one I'll hear is okay. Well, circumcising a female is not actually female genital. It's called FGM. Female circumcision does not exist. Well, they say okay. Well, circumcising a female is not the same thing as female genital mutilation, even though they are. So you can safely circumcise females. That's the other dumb thing that I hear. The other dumb thing that I hear is God allows it, so it's okay. And then you have like straight up hadith rejectors that say it's weak or it doesn't matter because they don't follow hadith. It's like that's like the 1 out of 4 I get. And most of the time it's weak hadith or it's allowed but you don't have to do it, which doesn't really answer the objection. If you lived in a city where people were allowed to steal or rape or kill people, you wouldn't live in that city.
Moonflare,
But
do you have budgies?
I do have birds. They're being loud. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I've got budgies. I've got budgies.
Like if you told someone, hey, the people in the city, they don't have to kill, murder, rape, or steal from you. You still wouldn't live in the city because they allow it. Like just saying, well, it's not obligatory. You don't have to do it. Doesn't fix the problem that it's allowed.
Very silly. I mean, I'm surprised from such dishonesty.
Yeah, I
I
have
mean,
birds, and one of them's really aggressive. She bites people, but it's okay.
Are they budgies or what bird?
2 parakeets.
I mean, they
One of them's albino. One of them's green, and she bites people.
Fair enough.
the Muslims make Jehovah Witnesses seem like honest debaters. It's so the apologet. Not every Jehovah Witness. I mean, the apologetic. The wants to do apologetics. Okay, I've debated those. They're really more honest than Muslims. I mean, even if they use some tactics too, of course they did, but they make the Muslims make them like the most honest debaters on earth in comparison. It's so strange. I can't even describe that.
Have you guys noticed that a lot of Muslims like to put in the technical issues chat that are incapable of getting a tag, but the Christians have no issue?
I've had a lot of issues, so I don't know.
Actually,
I've had a lot of issues as well, so I
oh yeah,
don't
no,
know.
right. I was gonna say when you was having the issues, I mean, was you getting the verify first and then going to the reaction roles?
Well, my problem is like the one I was having is like I would the first problem I had is like I would click like the button to get a roll, but it wouldn't actually work. And then so like someone would have to like manually do it for me, and then even sometimes when they manually did it for me, like gave me the roll so I could go everyone else, it just didn't let me. So like I would have to leave the Discord and like come back. That's why I've came back like 3 times
Yeah.
to get like re-verified again for it to work, and now it's working, so it should be good to go. Sometimes like one of my friends, he's a Saudi Arabian Orthodox Christian, and one of the things he tells me is when the sources about Christianity in the Arab world are so bad, like they're awful. And I was like, I'll check it out myself. And I've checked out like what like Arab sources like Muslims have written about like Christian history in the Bible, and it is, yeah, it is one of the worst things I've ever had to read. Like I was reading one book one time where apparently it's really stupid. They were pointing out how polygamy. They were saying like there's a contradiction between the New Testament and the Old Testament, because the New Testament doesn't allow polygamy, but the Old Testament does. And it literally said like word for word, polygamy has been practiced for most of Christian history, even centuries after Jesus supposedly died. This somehow made it in
I
a
mean,
book.
no, I mean there's actually some polygamy records, but it's not condoned. It's permitted in the old law. But
No,
you have
they
to
were saying
actually.
like in Christianity, like Christians, like the Orthodox Christian groups have been allowing and practicing polygamy for centuries. Even since the early days of Christianity, people are allowed to be polygamous. And that
I
is like the
mean,
most
there could have been
unhistorical
some
statement.
polygamous Christians, but I mean, in the early days, if since there's no divorce, if you already married, 3 wives, you couldn't the marriage was still valid because you couldn't divorce them. So
Like, they were saying how like polygamy itself was always allowed in Christianity. Like
no, like you could marry. No, for example, the bishops in the epistles of Paul, it says that they should have only one wife.
well,
The
that
bishop.
was because they had a lot of Jewish clergy members transferring over into the Christian faith, and some of them may have already had multiple wives. It's like I agree with that, but it's like the point they were making is they were trying to make it sound like polygamy has been allowed. Aside from the first,
Oh, that's wrong.
yeah, the absolute cherry on top. And if y'all don't think I'm lying, I can send y'all the book so you can read it yourself, see how bad it is. The absolute cherry on top is it says
Ew.
polygamy wasn't made illegal until the 19th century. And if you look at the
What?
reason why polygamy wasn't
What
made
the
illegal
actual?
in America, if you research the reason as to why polygamy wasn't made illegal in America until the 19th century, is specifically because of polygamous groups, aka the Mormons, arose in early Puritans, like around the Puritan societies. So America specifically banned polygamy because a pro-polygamy Christian group arose. That is the literal reason they banned polygamy. It's not a modern thing. They literally
I mean,
banned it because a very special
polygamy
group of
wasn't
yeah.
polygamy wasn't the norm in society. So why ban it?
It
I
wasn't
mean,
allowed.
nobody even thought about that. There was no law because no people would have thought about having 2 wives.
It wasn't a thing in Europe until yeah, it's never really been a
Mormons.
thing in Europe because Europe hasn't accepted it. And then it wasn't a thing in America until a very, very special group of Christians arose out of it.
No, not do not call them Christians. Call them heretics at least.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not
Because
saying they're actual Christians. I'm just trying to be like fair historically, but I don't think they're Christians. I don't think Jehovah's Witnesses or Mormons are Christians.
Yeah, that's actually correct. They invented their own kind of Christianity. Unitarians equaled. Mm, nah, the Unitarians aren't Christians either.
Well, that was a little bit of background about me. I've read a good bit of the Bible and stuff. Tried to look at arguments both ways. My probably the dumbest ones I've ever heard of, because like I was looking at all the religions from a neutral perspective, and like the dumbest ones I ever heard of was like the ones about Muhammad in the Bible. Because like I go back and I read the passage, and I'm so confused. I don't get how someone can read this and say it's about Muhammad. I just don't get it.
Wait, what's
Some
the topic? What's the topic, guys? What is it? The topic that someone says that in the Bible says Muhammad when it actually says Mahmedin?
Oh no! Someone was asking me about like my intro and while I'm considering like Christianity and stuff and how I've looked into all that stuff. But yeah, the
Okay.
Muhammad in the Bible is like the dumbest topic I
Yeah.
think there is.
Yeah, they
To be
only
fair, you
have
could
the
also.
Ahmed on the Paraclete. That's the only two quotes I mean, they're false, but that's the
The
only two they
problem
have.
with the problem with the I just died in siege. The problem with the Paraclete passage is like if you read the context of the Paraclete, the purpose of the Paraclete is to be an immediate consoler to the disciples. So why would they? It doesn't make sense. It also doesn't make sense that this is coming from the Gospel of John, which is the gospel with the like. I would say Matthew arguably has the same Christology as John, but that's different. So, like, the Gospel of John has the highest is known to have like the highest Christology of all the books. So clearly, if John put this in here, there's a reason for it. And if you
So,
read through the Gospel of
what's
John,
this
he
about?
also has.
What's this about? What's this about? What are we talking about here? What's the topic? You gotta fill us
Oh,
in, bro.
nothing. I was just talking about how I think Muhammad in the Bible is very dumb, and
Oh yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce your name because I don't know Greek, but brother over here was like the Paraclete
Me,
one.
okay. No, they use always the Paraclete one or the Ahmed in the Old Testament somewhere.
Oh, the brother with the Greek name, by the way. Remember how we was talking about the Elohim? I'm pretty sure you joined once when that guy was when we was talking about Trinity in the Old Testament.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
there, I think.
Huh?
You were there, yeah, I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
remember.
Yeah, because I'm the one that invited the guy in. He's so the word the difference of the words are the Elohim is Greek for is oh sorry is
Elohim is
Hebrew.
Greek.
Yeah, no,
Okay, okay.
is Hebrew for God plural. Elohim, which is I think what you was referring to, is a word for God in singular terms. So when you said
Um, uh,
Elohim means both God plural and singular, that was incorrect, bro.
no, L is the singular,
Yeah, and
I
also
think.
Elohim when they say yeah it's L2, yes, you're right,
Well,
L2.
but Elohim is used also to. I mean, I if I actually remember
Are they talking
correctly.
about the Mohammedan thing, which is really
No,
stupid?
no,
No, no, no,
it's a
no.
completely different issue.
Oh,
Psalm 82, maybe. I'm not sure. Um, I'll use the Greek
Oh, yeah.
Psalm
and the
84.
No, no, no. Oh,
no.
Ahmed,
Okay,
we've got a
Psalm
Muslim.
of
Hold on.
Asaph.
Wait, I'm
God
on,
takes
mate.
his stand in the congregation of the divine, in
Yeah.
the congregation of El, which is the singular of Elohim.
Mhm.
No, it's not that. Maybe it's Psalm 138. Give me a second.
Wait, hold on. We've got a Muslim guy and we've got an atheist guy. Oh, that atheist guy that just joined, by the way. I sent you videos in your DMs. Have you watched them? You asked me for proof of the Bible. I sent you the proof of the
Okay,
Bible.
okay, I have
Uh,
it.
well, like,
So
don't change
the
the topic, man, please.
No, no, I'm just telling the guy about it before he runs because he didn't reply to me in my DM. So.
So in Psalm 138, we have a Psalm of David, I will praise you with all my heart before the gods. The gods is the angels. So Elohim is used for the angels too. Um, I'll give you the interlinear. Why I'm saying it's used for the angels, because the Septuagint translators translated that as angeloi. Um, if you look at the Greek, it's used for it's angeloi. So yeah, why can't I add pictures, bruh?
Yeah, but even if you have a look with, hold on, let me just send you the video.
Yeah, I
There
mean
you
it's
go,
not
bro.
easy to my what I was trying to say is that it's not that easy to point out the Trinity in the Old Testament.
It is. I just sent you the video, bro. It is.
No, I mean the only passage that can be a clue is the angel of the Lord, but
Yeah,
there's no explicit Trinity. I don't think there's some. For example, in Genesis 3, the one passage you were quoting, it's the
no,
way
I was
it's
quoting 126. That's the one I was quoting.
no, yeah, that's probably that could be a clue though. It could be an hint about the Trinity, yeah.
Yeah, there's
But
no. Yeah, we never said when we was talking about the Trinity in the Old Testament, we never said that it's specifically. We're talking about there's hints of the Trinity in the Old Testament.
oh yeah, no, because Shamun tends to usually he tends to exaggerate a bit some stuff.
Yeah,
Even
but
if I like him, though, if that's your claim, I can agree.
and have a look at the video, bro. Have you
Yeah,
seen it?
I will. I think I've seen it some part at least. Um,
Because there's the
yeah,
story.
I
I'll
think
mention
I've
the
seen
story
it. I
below it.
think I've seen it. But I'm really careful about the Trinity in the Old Testament because it's really really complicated. It's far more complicated than it may seem.
Of course it is. But you can pull up the Hebrew yourself and have a look in Hebrew. What he quotes in Hebrew. Because after
Yeah, yeah,
even the guy that speaks Hebrew, the one that he's debating, the Jew guy that speaks Hebrew, even admits it. So it's not like the guy who he's talking to is not even a Hebrew speaker, because the guy that he's talking to is a Hebrew speaker, and the Hebrew speaker even admits it, that this is the case.
yeah. I mean, but modern Hebrew speakers may differ from. I mean, if you look at the usage of some words, and I've done that. There's some problems with, say, for example, the Elohim. Yeah, it's a plural name used for God. That may be a need for the Trinity, but Elohim is a title.
Yeah,
So
so Hebrew. When you say Hebrew is changed, Hebrew is not really changed much. You can have a look. Ancient Hebrew, the language of the Bible, was succeeded by the intermediately form Messianic Hebrew, about 3rd century BC. Modern Hebrew, the only vernacular tongue based on ancient written form, was developed in the 19th and the 20th century.
yeah, I'm saying that even if the language may be the same, I'm not saying the language is changing. It's changed that much, but different. For example, in the New Testament, okay, even in the same period, there's some usage of words that differs from one text to the other. For example, the verb proskuneo in changes from gospel to gospel in some ways. Um,
What do you mean by
so,
that?
for example, there's some gospels who say proskuneo as veneration, who use proskuneo as a veneration and worship, and some other gospels who use proskuneo only as worship.
Show
That's a
this.
Greek verb.
Show me. Show me what you're
Um,
talking about.
so you have to remember the actual verses, but
You can,
um,
because you have to show me what you're talking about.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I wasn't. I'm not trying to debate though.
Yeah, no, that's fine, but obviously you have to still show what you're talking about, otherwise no one has a clue.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, okay. So for example, when you have um, let me think. I think it was Matthew. Um, where's Matthew? It's here. Matthew chapter 2. There's okay, just a second. Okay, I found the verb.
Okay, show it to us what you mean in Greek.
No, yeah. Of course. I'm looking for the verb in particular. For example, I'm looking for two examples just to
Mhm.
make a
Mhm.
point clearer. Strange. I think the English translation usually tend to translate always as worship, but
What math are you quoting? Because we'll just have a look at
what first verse is about when is,
'cause
for
we'll just have a look
example,
at
one.
Coda Sinaiticus. We'll have a look at Coda Sinaiticus.
No, I mean it's not necessary. The verb is the same. About the verb, I'm absolutely sure that it's the same. Um, the thing is, I could look at Sinaiticus, but the issue here is not what's in the text, but the meaning. For example, you have the if I can actually interlinear.
Okay,
Okay,
so
okay.
what verse? Quote me the verse so I can have a look at what the early church fathers said
Matthew
about it.
chapter 2 verse 2, versus chapter 2 verse 2. Um, I would actually uh, Matthew uses pretty much always, as far as I've seen, the verb proskuneo as worship. Even if some uses may be more unsure. For example, yeah, chapter Matthew chapter 2 verse 2, it says, Legontes puestin o tekteis basileus ton Iudaion eidomen gar autu ton astera ente Anatole kai eltomen proscunesai auto. Quindi, kai eltomen proscunesai auto, and came to worship him. That worship um, is the verb proskuneo is the verb proskuneo conjugated, um, but there's an issue.
Bro, I don't see what the verse they talk because when I just pulled up Coda Sinaiticus, chapter 2 verse 2, that's not what I get. I get
Matthew
Abraham
chapter 2
begot.
verse 2. Do you
Yeah,
do you okay? I'll use Sinaiticus too, so we are on the same.
yeah. Let's do that because I'll share my screen, right? Tell me what you're talking about because I'm using Coda
Matthew
Sinaiticus.
chapter 2 verse 2.
That's what I'm on. Look. Can you see me?
You know the Magi when they come to and say did Jesus come to worship Jesus? Matthew, where's Matthew? Okay, I have it here. Chapter 2,
Mm-hmm.
Matthew. Okay, it's not here. Okay, I found it.
So what verse is it? What verse is it?
Matthew chapter 2 verse 2.
I mean I am on verse 2.
You sure? Because Codex Sinaiticus interface can be confusing.
Bro,
What
If
are we
you
talking about?
literally,
can you
we're talking about
zoom a bit?
translations,
Can you
by
zoom a
the way.
bit? Can you zoom a bit into the Greek?
Oh, into the Greek here.
No, that's not verse 2. It's on the right. I found it. It's on the right. You can right down there. Go down. Yeah, there. You found it.
Wait, hold on, and where is that? Where is that on here? Where is that in the
Yeah, you
translation?
found it. You found it.
It was at the bottom, I
I
think,
found it
Lauren. It was at
too.
the bottom.
Oh yeah. Okay, okay. Go. Where is that king and the Jews were born to the stars rise and have come to worship him? Okay, hold on.
That worship is from my experience in studying, it could be either veneration or worship, because I mean worship will make, in this case, will make less sense. So I'm trying to say that the usage of a word can be really important. I mean, Matthew, as far as I've seen, uses the verse as worship. Uses the verb as worship. But if I look at the concordance,
Matthew 22, Matthew 1.
Matthew, Luke. The sites I'm using translates it always as worship, but mm,
Yeah, you have to prove like where it says that it doesn't use that. You have to
no,
show where it doesn't use that, bro.
yeah, that's why I've actually think I pointed that somewhere, but give me a second.
And we have to have a look at what the early church fathers said. Hold on. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, it's usually, for example, in Revelation is used as worship in Matthew 2, but somewhere it was used as revelation, like the one you do to icons, for example.
hold on 2 seconds, bro. Let's have a look. I'm trying to
Okay.
find it now. Let's have a look. Matthew. Is that the only Matthew? Yeah. Okay.
For example, I have the other. Okay, I can actually provide an example in Daniel. It's in the Old Testament, but just to give an example, while I search for the New Testament, um, Daniel chapter 8, maybe it should be there. It's should be down in the last verses where the king.
It's not really good, is it? What kind of nonsense?
Okay, I found it. I think where's it? Maybe 9 then. I remember this because some Muslim brought up to me this passage, so I remember.
Okay, let's have a look. So what was we talking about? Matthew 2, verse 2.
Yeah, Matthew 2 verse 2 uses it as worship, but I'm trying to find an example where it's used as revelation to show that the usage of words can matters a lot.
Yeah,
In
literally, even the early church fathers. There you go. I'll come to worship him. Even look, and the Anthony fathers, volume 1 on page 423.
there it's worship. I'm looking for another passage right now
Yeah, but
to
you have to
show
remember that
the opposite.
when you quote the Bible, you have to make sure what you have to talk about what the context is about, because yeah, the words can be the same. The context, however, can be absolutely different.
Yeah, that's the point. I
Yeah,
was trying to say that words meaning also in Greek is
can have two
heavily
different meanings.
dependent on context.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
one author can choose to use one word in one way and another author in another way. I'm searching for examples right now because I remember I studied it. I remember I've debated Muslims on this. So I'm sure what I'm talking about, but I'm trying to break it down to make it easy and find some examples.
Yeah, yeah. Look, so
Um,
we've got Augustine that talked about this, where it talks about it's about worshipping. We've got okay, that's again Augustine's sermon. Okay, then we got Eusebius from church history from AD 1 to
nah,
324,
yeah,
like Augustine.
in that verse, I actually agree. I'm
Yeah.
trying to provide the opposite example when the same verb is used to revelation, and then and I can find a verse in the book of Daniel in the Septuagint where it says that, if I can find
Yeah,
the
that's fine.
actual
Come was on this like
there's okay. Um,
from the man. No, so Hello, you just joined. While you're looking for that, Jebediah, you
Yeah,
you said yesterday. Was it? Wait,
yeah,
are you the guy from where was it? Iceland.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We spoke yesterday, didn't we?
No, yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So you had obviously some questions that you wanted to know some stuff about both Christianity and Islam. Is that right?
yeah.
Yeah. Do you still want to obviously discuss that? Because I'm more than happy to go into it. Well,
Well,
oh,
some a question popped up today.
yeah.
Like, why should I trust Paul and not Muhammad, and vice versa? You know. Uh,
Why should you trust Paul and not Muhammad? What have you got to oppose Paul?
no. I'm just saying, like, how is he more trustworthy than Muhammad? You know.
How is he not? You have to tell me first. How is he not trustworthy? So then we can have a look at
Well, like, so he
refuting.
didn't like he quote unquote met Jesus, but not really. He met him at the road of Damascus, right?
Yeah.
But like, did he ever meet the apostles and stuff like that?
Yeah, okay. It's like okay. Look at Paul's life, right?
Mm.
What did he gain? Let's have a look at what did he gain. So when he wrote
okay,
to the
I'm
early
back.
church fathers,
My PC doesn't work that much anymore.
that's
So
fine, bro. That's fine. We can also have when you look into this, we can have a look at that after. But Jebediah raised the point. He said, trust why should we trust Paul more than Muhammad? Okay, have a look at what did Paul gain? Like what did Paul actually did he gain any fame? Did he gain any possessions?
No, yeah.
Did he gain any like any women
also
from it? Yeah. Did he gain any women from it? What did
No,
he gain apart from death? What was his death like? Let's have a look. What was his death like?
that's exactly like why I'm questioning, Muhammad's motives because like he got power and stuff.
Exactly. So yeah. So let's have a look. What did Muhammad gain?
also
Hmm.
an
Did,
important thing the, that we need to know, the teachings of Paul were confirmed by the apostles.
yeah.
Paul was accepted into the apostles.
Like it's not
So
verifiable though. Like is it, a fact?
it's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. It's in the Act somewhere. So yeah, it is indeed in the texts.
Um. Let's have a look. So it's in Acts. If you have a look at Acts 9:27 to 28,
Pull up, I cannot
Hey
pull up.
guys,
I'll
nice
pull
to
it up.
meet you all.
Hello, nice to meet you, bro.
Can you hear me?
Who
Yeah.
is the talking? Ahmed? Yeah,
So
yeah.
Wait, so
yeah,
what
so
did you say?
just
What
setting up.
verse? What verse?
Acts 9:27 to 28. It says, "But Barnabas took him and brought him to the apostles. He told them how Saul on his journey had seen the Lord, and that the Lord has spoken to him, and how in Damascus he had preached fiercely in the name of Jesus. So Saul stayed with them and moved about freely in Jerusalem, speaking boldly in the name of the Lord." And if you carry on reading, that's what he's talking about. He's talking about how this was confirmed
Yeah.
by the apostles.
Well, wasn't like Muhammad also persecuted for a while?
By who?
I don't remember. I just heard it somewhere.
By
I
who?
was
So
Say that again. Say
I
that
tell you what the
again.
Muslims say. The Muslims say that I don't know if he was here for this conversation yesterday. How he was supposedly persecuted by the Quraysh, and that's why they attacked him.
yeah.
That's true.
Is
That's
there a
true.
singular source outside of the Muslim tradition? Because you remember, it's a Muslim. If you even Google this, it says it's a Muslim tradition. It's not a historical fact. It's a Muslim tradition that he said that's how you received the revelation of Allah, because they knew that they were going to attack him. But then he had this revelation, and he said, "Oh, let me attack him first."
It seems convenient for him.
Say that again. Sorry, I'm not getting the question, guys. So let me understand the question.
Yeah,
What?
that
So let me ask the basic two questions. So the who asked this question? Jubaida, right? So Jubaida, let me ask you this. Why is there is I mean I'm just trying to understand what made you thought of putting up this comparison between Muhammad and Paul, and then the Prophet Muhammad and Paul, and because I honestly I need to understand this more, because I was thinking Prophet Muhammad was a successor of Jesus, Prophet Jesus, basically. That's what I'm
No,
trying to understand. Where is this question coming from? The comparison between those, because that comparison has to be done between Prophet Jesus and Prophet Muhammad,
oh
No,
no.
peace
not
be
true.
upon them. Now,
I can
the
show
next
you. No,
thing
no, no.
is
Firstly, I can. You ask me how.
1 minute. Let me
Did you
complete
ask me
the
how?
question. Let me complete the
Let him
second
finish.
question.
Yeah, let him finish. Let him finish. Come on. He was
Yeah,
polite. He let us
it's
finish. So let
Oh,
him finish.
um. I mean, I'm also a student like you. I mean, I'm not sure until unless you guys are professionally running a church or something like that. But what I'm trying to understand all of the thoughts here. So before judging or before passing anything, just give me that.
of
All right.
course.
Nah,
Now, the second thing is basically the second question is basically you are saying the exile of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, from the the Quraysh or something. That question I did not understand. So help me understand these
Okay,
questions.
that's fine. So I'll help you understand after, obviously, because you raised a lot of points here. So let's tackle it one point at a time, because otherwise we're gonna be like topic, but we're not actually gonna be fully
I
addressing
gotta
the
go,
issue.
guys. Goodbye. Good night.
See you,
Have
brother.
a good one, brother. Yes, see you. Hopefully, okay, he's gone.
Uh,
Right. So, um, I'll so the brother, so Jebediah, he asked why he basically he wants to compare. He wants to know what the difference between Muhammad and Paul is, and he's basically asking why should we trust either of them. So he's not sure on Muhammad and he's not sure on Paul, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
so so
Right.
What the hell?
yeah, he has poor internet connection.
Uh,
Um, well, since you initially asked me a question in regards to how Muhammad can be a predecessor to Jesus,
oh,
uh,
hello. Sorry, I cut out.
sorry,
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Yeah.
yeah, I
Sorry.
can hear you.
So Jebediah isn't sure on both Paul and Muhammad. So you raised the point, Ahmed, by saying that you believe that Muhammad is a successor of Jesus. Is that right?
yep.
Okay. Now let me ask you this. In the mosques that you have today, do you have sacrificial temples?
No.
Do you have a what's it called? Sorry, I'm trying to think what the word is. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for here?
You can take the rabbit name if you remember that.
Yeah, hold on. Let me um let me just think what I'm trying to say. Got the word on the tip of my
Yeah,
tongue.
but
Okay, do you have the teachings where you can call Allah your father? That's another one.
nope,
Okay. Do you have the teaching where you can light candles in churches?
nope,
In sorry, in
nope,
mosques.
never.
Okay.
I mean,
Um,
it depends on like let me make it let me make it like slightly clear here. So if you are talking about from the worship perspective, like if it is like necessary to have candles in mosque, like to complete or it is a part of somehow your worship, it is not necessary, right? But if you have to basically like you have to like decorate your mosque, it is your choice. You can light it with a candle or electricity, whatever works for you, make it more beautiful. And similarly, I believe goes with the churches as well. I mean, I live in a Muslim country where I have seen, I mean, there is a church right beside my house. Like, I would
huh?
be hardly like 2 to 3 kilometers away from my house. And every Christmas and every Easter, it has very good lighting, and we don't have any problem with that.
Okay, that's fine. So, do you have um a marriage as a holy
Did I
sacrament?
make
Yeah, yeah. No,
so
I
did
got.
I make this clear? Did I make
Yeah,
this clear? That
yeah, yeah.
from the worship perspective, we don't do the candles thing. That is
That's
not
fine.
allowed.
And you don't call Allah your father. That's the second thing. Do you in a marriage is a in a marriage is it a holy sacrament of your marriage? Is that a holy sacrament? Because
What do you mean by like holy
in
sacrament?
Islam totally opposes basically monasticism and celibacy, right? So marriage is something that you do as an
So
act
does
of
the Christianity.
sunnah in Islam, yeah, and
Yeah,
it's recommended.
so does the Christianity do,
No,
isn't it?
it's a holy sacrament. Do you know what holy sacrament means?
Yeah, I that's what I'm saying. Like, isn't it same in the Christianity as well?
No.
No,
Is
no, yes or no. Yes
holy
or
Marriage
no.
is a
sacrament?
sacrament. That's why he's asking you that question as a
Yeah,
Christian.
holy sacrament is a religious ceremony, right? It's basically imparting like divine grace. So it's like things like you got baptism or you got taking the
No,
Eucharist.
no,
So you got penance and then
no, it's no, no. It's just like okay, let me tell you the basic
Uh,
concept of the marriage in
Ahmed,
Islam.
brother,
The basic concept of
Ahmed,
marriage in Islam.
he's let you speak.
Alright,
You're interrupting him. Come on. I mean, his internet's dropped,
alright,
so just wait.
go on. I mean,
His internet's died, so just wait,
alright,
please.
sure. Alright, I didn't realize that. Sorry for that.
No, it's okay. I mean, usually people don't. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why his internet's so bad recently, man. It always drops.
Alright. Am I audible? And
Please,
I'm
just wait.
just
Just be patient.
realizing that I. Meanwhile, he is away. Would it be possible for you to guys give your like a quick background of yourself? I mean, I'm an engineer, and I am like learning as you are, I believe, learning. So that's my introduction. So what about you guys?
So sorry, are you asking like what we are, where we come from?
No, I mean I'm not like going too personal. All I'm asking is like just to get you know better.
Mhm.
I wanted to know like what is your background, guys? So like I mean, as I said that I am an engineer, and I am like learning things like this, like comparative religious,
Mhm.
and I believe that's what I'm trying to do.
Sorry, did you just
That's
say
what I'm trying to
comparative
understand.
religions, by the way? So, my apologies, I may have misheard you there, Ahmed. Did you say comparative religions?
Yep.
You can't compare
Is it very?
Islam to Christianity. You'd be a kafir.
Who is saying that?
Sorry?
Who said that? Who said that?
You said you're learning Christianity. Sorry, you're learning comparative religions. You try to
No.
make a comparison between
Okay.
Christianity and Islam. That would make you a kafir.
Who said that? That's what I'm asking. Like, who
Well,
has said
that's
that?
besides the point.
Hello?
He's back.
Oh, hello. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me? Sorry, my Wi-Fi has cut out, and I was trying to join all this time, but I joined from my phone. Right. Sorry. Me
That's
and
fine.
Ahmed was on about obviously if Muhammad's successor of Jesus, right? So
No, we were on the topic of the marriage actually.
okay. Yes. Yeah. Sorry. Yes. So do you have what's called or what's similar to the Holy Sacrament?
The Holy Sacrament is not necessary in Islam, as far
Okay.
as I
So,
know.
but
Let me
it
tell
was
you the basic concept of
no.
so
I
let me
know.
complete the concept. Huh?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay,
I
okay.
know it is, anyways. I know it is. I know it, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. That all these things, that you said that you don't have them, they were important to Jesus. So how can you say, and all the prophets before Muhammad, right, followed them? So how
Mhm.
can you say that a prophet Muhammad can be a successor of Jesus or any other prophets, for example, right? Even take any other prophets when he doesn't follow none of their laws that they followed or their
All
teachings.
right.
So how can you say that he's a successor of any of the
Okay.
prophets? Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let me ask you. Okay. Let me answer you this then. So let me ask you this. So do you believe in David or Moses?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that
No,
he's
no,
a
no. I'm not. I'm not like justifying. I'm not justifying you. I'm not saying like you're they're the successor and that. I'm
yep.
just asking. Do you believe in David or Jesus? Oh, sorry, Moses.
Yeah, we do.
All right, that's good. And so do I as well. Now, the next question is, do you? So you must believe in the. How should I say? Do you know the Zabur, right? Zabur.
No.
It's like the English Arabic name of the book that was
Psalms, right?
revealed to. Sorry.
Is it the Psalms of the Bible? Zabur?
I don't. I don't know the English name of. Let me find the English name for Zabur and Torah.
I know what Torah means. It's a Torah, and Torah is the book, is the versus the Old Testament. I know what Torah is, and I know what
Yeah, and the Zabur.
well, the Zabura thing. You mean the Psalms? Yeah, the Psalms of David.
I don't know the English, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's Book of Psalms. Yeah, the Book of Psalms.
yeah.
So you believe on those books as well, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Then let me ask you this. Then why do you have a? I mean, if you're saying like if the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is not the successor of Prophet Jesus, peace be
Mhm.
upon him, then how do you believe that and like the Prophet Jesus is not the successor of those Prophet Moses and David?
Fantastic question. So you you said how, because I'll tell you why. Because Islam doesn't come is not a successor of what
Mm-hmm.
of the earlier prophets. It is a combination of multiple beliefs. So
Mm-hmm.
so Judaism, Christianity, paganism, and Sabianism. And
Mm-hmm.
Sabianism is actually mentioned in your Quran, that Sabianism used to a Sabianist even used to believe in Allah, right? How but us Christians or even the Jews never believed that Sabians or have believed in in um in our God. We never believed this. So we know because that's where actually your Sabians are moon worshippers, right? And that's where you get the
Mm-hmm.
moon on a lot of your flags. So even from there, That's how we can just tell. Now, within regards to Moses and the book of David, here's a contradiction that's in the Quran, because the Quran quotes the Psalms. Yeah.
Sorry, can I just stop you for a second?
No, hold on. Let me finish my point.
Or
Because
all right,
Psalms
sure.
quotes the book of David and says Allah wrote it. Yeah. But if you actually have a look in the Psalms, and you can even see there's a verse that says who actually wrote it, and it's David who wrote the book of Psalms. So you can't say that there's all these massive contradictions that we see in the Quran and in Islam that do not follow any of the previous prophets. Like any, just the most simplest one is all the other prophets called God Father. Where in Islam you can't do that. That's straight away going against everything.
Shirk.
Allah's a father to no one.
Shirk.
All right. So, are you finished, or you still have to say something?
Yeah, I'm finished. You go, bro.
All right. So now let me I mean, my point of discussion will be in the question answer form, so that I make sure that it is an interactive session. Now, as you said that the Islam is has a a flag of moon with due to the people of. So let me ask you this: who signified that flag, the moon flag and then the plus flag, and sorry, the crusade flags? So who decided that these signs are the symbols of religion? Decided that?
You tell me why are Muslims getting flags from Sabians?
No,
You
let
should be
me
able to answer me. You need to tell me
right,
why is your religion getting flags from pagans? That's what I. That's not a question
right,
for me. That's a
okay,
question for
let me
you.
finish. Okay, let me answer this. So there is no sign. I mean, so have you ever been to somewhere in the Middle East?
Yeah, I have. I've been to
Where?
Jerusalem. I've been to Yemen. I've been to Egypt. I
Right.
know Egypt is North
And
Africa, but I've been to Yemen and
all
I've
right,
been to Palestine, if you want to call it that. I've been to the Holy
yeah,
Jerusalem, so I have been there.
all right then.
Mhm.
The signs that you are saying that we have, the sign of Sabians people,
Yeah.
who decided that? I mean, the reason I'm asking this question is because back then, when the time that you are talking about, there were no these symbols that
The what?
this is the symbol. Usually the people had a symbol of some, I would say, something like that would be signified, or that will be related to their king or their lord at that time. So for example, take the example of the pharaohs era in Egypt. When you go to those places which are basically what do you call it in English? I am missing that word. Ahram, maybe, sir. The pyramids, yeah, the Egyptian pyramids.
Yeah.
So when you go there, do you see that what has written over there, and have you seen any kind of a symbol which symbolizes their religion, but which you can relate to in the today's world?
Yeah, you can. The little thing with the it's like a thing that they hold with the thing round it. I literally have I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure I have a thing from it somewhere because I bought a thing when I was in Egypt. So yeah, we can actually like a symbol. Yeah, we
Is it
can.
possible for you to show me?
Yeah, hold
Is
on,
it
hold on.
possible for you to show me? Sure.
Yes, it's because I'm on my phone. Hold on.
No,
No, hold
I
on.
don't know about the.
Let
Sorry,
me
I
show
mean,
you.
I'm answering this culture slab, so I'm trying to understand that I am don't know much about the pagan things.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get it. Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's
Take your
it's
time.
this thing. Hold on. This thing. You see, it's like in his hand. In his hand. Hold on. That's what we can attribute to. Um. See the thing in his hand. That's
Oh,
what we
the
can
anchor.
attribute
Mhm.
ancient Egyptians.
So,
So
All right. So this is basically a crusade, right?
What? How's it got anything to do
This
with the
is
crusade?
a.
No, it's got
I
nothing.
mean, it
You
looks like
asked
that.
about Egypt. You asked
It's an
about Egypt.
anchor. It's not nothing to do with Christianity. It's literally an anchor. Do a
Yeah,
research of what anchor is.
you asked me. You asked me to do. You asked me to tell you what. How can we attribute any symbols to ancient
Uh-huh.
Egyptians, and if we can attribute any symbols to ancient Egyptians? And I said yes, we can. And you asked me for proof, and I
Uh-huh.
provided proof how we can. Now, within regards to you're veering off the point here. You're veering off. Our topic right now is why is there a moon sign that Sabians worshipped, which are, and I quote, because look,
Sorry, I
for
dropped you. Sorry,
hold
I
on,
dropped you. I
hold
dropped you.
okay, okay. So I'm referring to look. I literally typed in Google, right? What do Sabians believe? You ready? This is the first thing that pops up. These references
Mm-hmm.
are generally brief describing two groups of Sabians: those who worship idol in the name of the stars, who believed in a religion derived from Seth and Idris. So Seth and Idris derived from ancient Egyptian gods. Yeah, and others who believed in the son
Mm-hmm.
of Zachariah and didn't accept the advent of the Son of Mary. So the first one is the one that we mentioned because the first one is actually who you say is your prophet Muhammad, who he spent a lot of time with, because we know
Me
from
only, or
we know from historical fact that where
is it
Muhammad,
me, or is it every? Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear. Can you hear me? Can everyone hear
Yeah,
me?
sorry. Please carry on. Yeah,
No, okay.
carry on.
Can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear me? Good, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
I hear.
we know that Muhammad in his early life spent a lot of time with the Sabians because that's where they were at around the time when he was a merchant,
Mm-hmm.
was a trader. So that's where he got it from. So now you please explain to me, why do you have the sign of the moon attributed to Islam when no other previous prophets before Muhammad had anything to do with this, because they called it pagan worship. So why do you have a sign of pagan worship?
Let me be clear, brother. Here, I mean, nobody has ever, right? Nobody has ever. I mean, in Islamic reference, I'm talking from Islamic reference. Nobody has ever, denoted that the moon sign or the moon star sign, or basically a crescent sign, is a sign of Islam. It is nowhere mentioned. It's just to identify in the modern world, like, everyone has their signs. So, I mean, it's just like, assume that, you are living in maybe 1950s and you do not have a mobile phone, or the telephone is like, really has recently, invented, and you are talking to people. And now as the world is progressing, the people are symbolizing the things just to identify each things. Now, if you are saying, or if, I mean, if I'm asking you from this previous references from the Egyptian pharaohs, then it means, like, if I look at that sign that you have shared, which is simply a cross sign for me, and I would identify that pharaohs were following Jesus, but the Jesus, peace be upon him, were not present at that time. He came after, like, years after the pharaohs.
Okay,
Did you get my point?
so I'm literally
Did you get my point?
no, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. Because we have they ask. So I'm reading you from your Quran, right? Oh no, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
from a Al-Baqarah 2, verse 189. So they ask you, O Muhammad, about the new moons. Say,
Mm-hmm.
these are signs to mark fixed periods of time for mankind and for pilgrimage. So this is actually where where this the moon sign has derived from. It derives from your
Comment.
source. Now we got Ibn Kathir said, explaining the phrase, says, these are signs to mark fixed periods of time. From them, the new moons, they may know the times for repaying loans, the iddah of their women after they divorced or widowed, and the time of their hajj. Allah has made them signs to mark the
Oh, there goes his internet again. Just wait.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. Can you hear me? Sorry, is my computer connected again? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello?
we can
Hello?
hear you.
I
We
can
can
hear
hear
you.
Okay. So I've got what your Ibn Kathir said. Yeah, I'll read Ibn Kathir again. So Ibn Kathir said about the destruction.
I've already opened that, and I know that what you have said that before. Let me explain
Okay,
that. Imagine you're living in United Kingdom, all right? Now
brother, you need to stop
you
talking
are
about United Kingdom and all these different countries. We're talking about Islam. You need to explain to me why
no no no
Islam
no no
has
no
been
no.
ruling.
Okay, all right. So you're mixing that's why I'm trying to explain you that you're mixing two things. I
Okay.
mean, each religion came into a specific region, or like was it everything was revealed to the Arabs? Just tell me.
We don't believe anything was revealed to the Arabs.
That's what I'm saying. So if you're saying that nothing was revealed to Arabs, then you can tell me, like, then the area where it was revealed, that was a different area, all right?
Yep.
So for example, like, it could be like people living in Europe, it could be like people living in Australia, all right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Hmm.
Now, okay, so let me ask you this one question. So you believe in God, right? I mean, I'm not asking like Jesus is God or what, but you believe in God
Brother,
because I just want
we're
to be
going
sure that
off the
you're
topic,
not atheist.
bro.
No, no,
You
no.
know I'm a
I'm just
Christian.
I'm just confirming one thing. Okay. All right. So all right. So then we both believe in God, and the
Yeah.
concept of the God is different. That is a debate for another time. Right. Now, the point is, okay, assuming that the nothing was assuming for as per your point, nothing was revealed to Arabs. So then that area must be somewhere in Europe. All right. Let's assume that.
Bro,
Now,
what are we?
when
What is this
something
conversation here? I
Bro,
don't
I don't
understand
understand
what the
the
topic
Bro,
is.
conversation.
the
no no no
question
no
that
no
he
no.
asked you, the question he asked you is really freaking simple. Why are Muslims using a symbol that has nothing to do with the religious context? Christians using the cross makes
That's
sense.
what I
It has to do with
explained
their
already. That's
theology.
what I explained. That's what that people has
Yeah,
symbolized it. Like
but
people.
so
I mean,
but why are
there's
they doing it? Why
nobody
are they
has.
doing it?
There is
It
okay.
predates
All right.
Islam. Why are they using that symbol? It
Yeah,
predates
it
your
pre. Yeah,
There
Jesus.
is
exactly.
no. All right. So if you would listen to me, then I can explain. I can try to explain.
Okay.
But if you want to stop me, then all right. Then I can do
No,
anything.
I want to listen to you. I want to listen to you. I
All
want you
right.
to explain to
Thank
me.
you. Okay. Thank you. Now. So what I'm saying is like that symbol that you are referring to, and then the ayah that you have
Yep.
explained. Now let me ask you this: uh, assuming that the Christianity or other religions were revealed to other people, all right? Now, assuming that the people who are living there, so you have to understand the fact that God has revealed these religions according to the people that they were living. So it was not like if you do not know like English language, and God would reveal something that is like in Hebrew or something, some other language, all right? So if people were speaking their languages, God revealed those readings or his verses to people in their own language so that people can understand and like follow a standard. All right, is that clear? I mean,
Uh,
do you understand that that
I
part?
yeah, I understand that, but that contradicts literally
Okay,
everything.
now,
That contradicts everything about
okay,
Islam.
then you can contradict and I can stop explaining because I
No,
mean, if I haven't finished yet and then there is already a contradiction, so I
no,
don't know how can I make you clear.
no. I'm saying that the contradiction arrives. That's what I'm saying. There's a contradiction because you said Prophet Muhammad is a successor of Jesus. I'm saying that what you just said contradicts that. But carry on. Let's finish
All
your
right,
statement,
yeah,
and then
that's
we can
let,
continue.
let that contradiction be there, and we can get back to now. Now the people who has the same question goes for like the cruise the people using cross, and then there are other just give me a second. So there are other like for the Hinduism they have their own Om sign or whatever that is.
Hmm.
So now the question is like who has decided those symbols? Were those symbols revealed by God? I don't believe so. And now you have given me a reference from the Surah Baqarah, which is like the moon and things and that. Now, let me tell you, the people living in Arabs, they did not have their own calendars. All right. they were like, the people, they were not that educated as compared to the world, because at that time the Roman empires, and then the Persian empire, they were the educated people. The people in Arabs were totally like, living apart from, away from the world, and they were living in their own world, so they were doing their own things. And now if you're seeing like, I mean, they did not know like there is a calendar, like they can follow basically a Georgian calendar or something like that. They had their own things, and similar happens like, if even if you still go into African tribes today, they still have their own languages and they still have their own calendars. I mean, if you want to like, observe that, you can come to my country and I can tell you like, there are 13 months in 1 year.
Okay,
There
okay,
are like,
okay,
different types
brother,
of
brother,
calendars. So
you
that's what
raised
I'm
a
trying
lot
to
of stuff.
explain.
Yeah,
So
you raised a lot of stuff.
so
Okay, so
what?
you just mentioned
Okay,
Africa. You just mentioned Africa, okay? That's even by you mentioning Africa. Yeah,
uh-huh,
the African Christians don't have any of these pagan symbols that they adopted. That the reason
right?
why we have the
But are
cross
they following
is
the
because that's where
religions?
Jesus was
Are
crucified.
they following the religions? Are they
They're,
following the religions
they're
as well?
following they're following Christianity. We're
They
talking
are
about
following the
Christianity and Islam.
Christianity. Yeah.
Bro, you know,
Okay, also, each
brother, you're
single
going
tribe,
round in
each
circles.
single
Come on,
tribe.
brother. You go
So,
round in
brother,
circles.
let me ask you this: each
Okay.
single, each single, each single
Okay.
tribe is following Christianity there. I'm trying to say you are
I'm
mixing
not
two
saying
things.
that.
One
I'm
thing
not
is
saying each single
no,
tribe is. That was
no,
never my point.
no. So okay, so that is what you are mixing with, brother. So you are mixing
What?
the culture with religion. Religion is a standard, a life standard that you have to follow. That you have to make please your God and whatever that is. And then there is a culture. So whenever a religion was revealed to a prophet by God, then that meant that these are the preachings that has to be done and that has to be preached. Now, if it would contradict with the culture, then that was never a like a verse or the revelation. So that is something that you need to understand. That's what I'm trying to explain you. So that the symbols and this and that and this and that. So these kinds of the things are basically like like you're mixing, like you're mixing this cultural thing and then the religious thing. Did you
Okay,
get my point?
I'm not mixing it because look, here's the thing, where Christians didn't get the sign of the cross from anywhere. They didn't. Muslims adopted the sign of the moon from Sabians.
All right. You believe
Yeah,
so.
hold on.
Let
Hold
me
on.
ask you this. Okay, if I have to learn Christianity, where should I go?
You have to go to the Bible.
All right. Then if you have to learn Quran, where should you go? Or Islam, sorry. Where should you go?
You go to the Quran and the Hadiths.
Quran and the
Yeah, but do you also not have to also go to history to see which religion is true? Do you not have to go to history?
I mean, we're not talking about. I'm just asking you if I have to learn Christianity, where should I go?
You go to the
Bible. You
Bible.
said that
You
Bible, right?
you go. No,
And then
hold
the
on,
similar
hold
question
on.
I asked,
No, hold
if
on.
I,
And how you verify if the Bible is what the Bible is telling you is truth? You go to archaeology. You go to history. You go to
I don't go for that the same for the thing for the Quran. I mean, because I believe in that. So if I have believe in that thing, then I am not going to testify that, and I don't need I don't need to explain to someone that I have to this is the book
So
I
you're
have
gonna
believed in because
you're gonna
this was the
blindly follow.
archaeological thing and this
Yeah,
and
so
that.
Okay, so you're gonna
All right,
blindly
let
follow a
me make it
religion
clear
then.
about that.
So you no, hold on,
Well, let me make
no, you made a statement. I want to reply to that statement. So what you're telling me is because you have the Quran, you're not going to
okay.
fact check
So
the
let
Quran
me
to
make it
see if it's
clear.
true. So
All
you're
right.
putting your entire salvation on just empty beliefs. So you're literally just following before actually checking anything, right? So before testing if the Quran is true, you literally just told me that you just follow it.
So, mhm,
Yeah, you go, bro.
mhm. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So what did you say? Sorry, I couldn't follow you.
So you just told me that you don't fact check the Quran because you think it's true. So you said you don't
I
need to
do fact
fact check.
check.
Okay,
I
but
did
you
fact
just told
check,
me
and
you
I do
didn't.
fact check.
Brother, you just told me you
No,
didn't.
I'm not sure, but what I'm trying to say is that there was like a drop. There was a glitch in this thought in our conversation, and the thing that I answered to, that was like something different. So I was actually like, when you said that, the Bible is saying something, and then there was a glitch, and then that I said no, that I did, and then that's how it ended up.
Okay, that's fine. We'll go with that. How do you check the
Mhm.
Quran? And how do you check the Quran's true? What do you do to check the Quran's true?
Yeah, that's a good one. So I am basically like Islam, which is like the book of Psalms and Torah. So I will cross check with that,
That's
and
that's not
most
that's
of
not the
the times
gospel.
the
That's not that's brother. That's not the gospel. You just said that I checked the gospel. What's in the Torah and in the what else you just said? Sorry, that's not the gospel. Gospel's the New Testament, brother. What you're talking about is not the gospel. You literally said I checked the gospel because I checked what's in the Torah. Torah's the Old Testament. Gospel and Torah are not in each other.
say that again. Gospel and Torah are what?
Are not in each other. They're not the same thing. So gospel is the
They are
New
not the same
Testament.
thing.
Torah is the Old Testament. Yes, they're not.
Can you tell me like in which languages were they?
So the Torah was written in Hebrew, and
Uh-huh.
the New Testament or the Gospels was written in Aramaic and Greek, mostly in
Where
Greek.
are these? And where are these books now at this moment? I mean, I everywhere I've been seeing those English manuscripts.
I can show you a Greek. I can show you a fully Greek manuscript that's from the still sort of surviving one that we have today, if you want. And I can also show
Right?
you. Hold on. Okay, I'll show you. Because you asked me. Look, see, this is the thing. You asked me for proof. I will now show you for proof. Okay. But if we're going to have
Mm-hmm.
an intellectually honest conversation between me and yourself, yeah. If I ask you for proof, I would also like for you to please show me that proof, just like I am about to show you proof. Is that okay? Because if you don't show me proof, then we're not having an intellectually honest conversation. Is that okay?
That's true. Yeah,
Okay,
that's true.
thank
I'll try to show you whatever I can find.
perfect. So here is
Mm-hmm.
the oldest. So here you have is Codex Sinaiticus, a Bible from cover to cover, from the start
Mm-hmm.
to finish, from the fourth century, from early fourth century in Greek, and you
Mm-hmm.
can see when you can read it. Look, you can see literally the pages that have been taken a picture of, and you can see next to the translation, or you can see in actual Greek. Okay, now what I'll also
Mm-hmm.
do is I will also show you. Um, Earliest manuscripts before that. So earliest manuscripts that we have today. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. 2 seconds. I'm just getting them for you. So, but now when I ask you for the same thing, please provide it to me. Otherwise, if you make that claim, the claim that you make won't be accepted because you have no evidence to back up the claim. Is that
Uh,
fair? Is that fair?
yeah. Yep.
Okay, thank you. So here you go. Here's papyruses
Mm-hmm.
from the original papyruses that I'm showing you that we still have today,
Mm-hmm.
and there is way more that we still have today that can still keep going if you want me to, but I'm just giving you little evidence. If you want me to carry on, I can do. You tell me, or do you accept that I've given you enough evidence? Is that enough
Yep.
evidence for
That's
you?
quite enough. Yeah, that's quite enough.
Okay. Now,
And
hold on.
now what?
Now, I want to give you also evidence for the Old Testament. Yep, because I've given you evidence for the New Testament. Yeah, and now I also
Mm-hmm.
want to give you evidence for the Old Testament. Hold on, give me a second. So, have you ever heard of the Dead Sea Scrolls?
No.
Okay, so Dead Sea Scrolls were found in 1947, and they date back. So they were found when the River Euphrates dried up, which is in the Bible. Now,
Yeah.
when these were found, yeah, inside those caves, inside one of the caves was one of the Dead Sea Scrolls, which is actually prophesied in the Bible that this is going to be found. So Dead Sea Scrolls can date back to 3rd century BCE, so before Christ. Okay, so they
Mhm.
date back 300 years before Christ. Now this is the oldest manuscript that we have today, and it's still. Hold on, I'm trying to get it for you. 2 seconds, bro. There you go. Here you go. So now I've given you evidence, okay? So you can't say I have not
Mhm.
provided you any evidence. Okay, thank you.
All right.
Now moving on. So now I've given you evidence for the Bible, how we can test the Bible,
Mhm.
and that's from in original languages that it was written in. Okay,
Mhm.
so that's how we know what language the Bible's written, what language the Old Testament was written in. We know that, and we can test that. We can test
Mhm.
archaeologically. We can test that. We can literally use any test, any test you want to do. Historical test. The Bible has never been wrong. Even they use now
And
today
did
an
I say
extreme.
that Bible is wrong?
I'm not saying that you say the Bible is wrong, but I'm saying
Mhm.
that the Bible now is used for archaeological studies, and I can show you how it's used for archaeological studies. So that's how we know that we can test the Bible. Now, how can you test the Quran? What has the, okay? So say for example, okay, in the Quran and in the Hadiths, I can show you the Hadith and I can
Mhm.
show you the Quran if you want. It says
Mhm.
that Muhammad has split the moon. Okay, to show that
Mhm.
he's a true prophet. Now, can
Mhm.
you please show me any evidence? Because look, if someone split the moon in half, this would be.
Mhm.
Do you agree or do you not agree that if someone split the moon in half, this would be the biggest event in history ever,
All right.
ever
Yeah.
recorded? Okay, thank you. So you agreed with me. Now, please show me any evidence from anybody in the world, right, that has written
Mhm.
about this. No, I'm not talking about the hadiths because we know that the hadiths are there to promote Islam. That's what we know. So,
Mhm.
and they were also written 200 years after, yeah, the time of Muhammad.
Mhm.
I want actual evidence whether because we know Romans lived in that area when Muhammad lived. You said that yourself earlier. So Romans were known for keeping track of everything and writing about everything. Okay? If you can't show me evidence from Romans, that's fine. I will take any evidence of Muhammad splitting the moon in half. Honest
Mhm.
evidence. Okay? So I'll give you time. If you want time to look for that, I will give you time to look for that.
All right.
Also, just like another problem to kind of like attack the Bible is
Yep.
really funny when like your religion started as an oral tradition. That's how the Quran started. And with the Bible, there's manuscripts that go back like so far and really relatively close to Jesus' life. And like we can track all of the Hebrew Bible. Like the Quran started out orally. That's its origin before it was written down. So like the Bible's got you beat there, at least with manuscripts.
Yep.
So I don't understand the critique.
No,
It's
he's not critiquing anything yet. He's not critiquing anything yet. I don't think. I think he just wants questions. So, but obviously, but if he does start critiquing us, we can look into that forward. So that's fine.
also like you would need like for the moon thing, like if you'd have to give a non-Muslim source. I think that's what you would need. That's like secular,
Exactly.
or there would be overwhelming evidence of the moon was split in half. Like
All right.
you know,
So, let me be straight here. I need to get back to you on that. All right.
Okay.
I
That's
cannot give you right away, but I'll definitely get back to you on that.
absolutely fine. We can
And
move on then. So if you don't have evidence,
yeah,
that's fine. At least you're honest.
yeah,
You don't have any evidence, and that's
yeah.
fine.
I mean, you are basically asking for a reference from a non-Muslim, all right? Because, like, you are saying that, the Muslims are already promoting that thing. So you want that
But of course they are. But
thing
of
from a non-Muslim.
yeah, because of course there will be. So to promote Islam, would you then not write about even if it's fiction
So
to
do you want
promote
to
it?
see?
Right.
Okay, let me. Okay, so now if you ask me this question, can I ask you a cross question for that?
Yeah.
Right. So what was that actually, like, breaking of the moon? And then do you believe that, miracles happens by prophets?
Yeah,
And
absolutely. No, hold on. Yeah, let me answer your question.
right.
I
Then can
absolutely
you tell
believe.
me,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, I
Go on
absolutely
the
believe that miracles happen from prophets, and I can show you where we have evidence for where miracles happen in the Bible, and I can show you actual evidence. Noah's Ark, I can show you it's something that's happened because of either divine intervention. There we go. Something that happens
A?
or gets done because of divine intervention from God that we as humans can't do or can't explain.
All right.
That's a
All right.
miracle.
Then okay. So can you tell me the miracles of Jesus? What miracles
Yeah, absolutely. So we
did he
have
have?
him walking on
Yeah,
water,
a
which
few, like not all. I mean, he definitely has a lot, but I just wanted to know a few, like maybe two to three,
okay, that's fine. So
the
him
most
turning the
famous, which are like mentioned in the books.
that's fine. So him talking about um him turning water into wine, him walking on water, and let's have a look. There's others. Oh, and him stopping the storm.
Losing
Um,
you, can you repeat those?
yeah. So him walking on water, him
Okay.
stopping the storms, yeah, the storm, sorry, and him turning water into wine. Hello, did you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear you.
yeah. And do you know how we know that these actually happen? Because we have what's in the Bible, yes, and we also have that Jews and Romans said that he did miracles, but the Jews at the time that rejected him said that he did black magic. And Romans also said that he's doing sorcery. That's how we know that the miracles are actually true. Because we take the Bible and we also take what the sources outside of the Bible say. For example, like I just told you, the Jews at the time that rejected him, like the Pharisees, and the what did I say, the Romans. So we have Roman
Mm-hmm.
accounts and we have Jewish accounts on top of what we have in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so in
Hakuna Matata,
then
hold on. We're having a discussion now. I'll get back to you in a second. Yeah, go on, Ahmed. Sorry.
yeah, so now the question is, Jesus was before, like Muhammad, and then you believe that it cannot come into your, like into your mind, basically, right?
What?
The miracles, right? The miracles cannot come into the human brain because they involve the divine intervention.
Wait,
What?
what?
Yeah,
And you said
what?
that,
What?
What argument
No,
is that?
what? So you're saying we
no,
can't see the miracles because they don't come into our minds? What?
that's what not I meant. You misunderstood me. What I'm trying to say is, like, you were saying that, miracles happens with divine intervention, all right?
Uh-huh. Correct.
Now, what I'm trying to say is these things cannot fit into human mentality because human can only observe this, see this, or witness this. That's it.
Yeah,
If they
exactly.
try
Yeah,
to
witnessing.
understand, they can never understand that why it happened, how
Bro,
it
we're
happened.
not
All right?
talking about understanding. We're not talking about understanding. We're talking about proof
Uh-huh.
of those
Uh-huh.
miracles. That's what we're talking about.
Okay.
I just showed you
Right.
how I can
And
prove my miracles and I can quote you all the sources. Now,
uh-huh.
so I don't
Prove
know where
them.
you're going with this, but I want you to prove to me. where
Uh-huh.
Muhammad has split the moon. Because if you do prove that to me, then I will take Shahada today.
Uh-huh.
Um,
So now,
Hold on,
okay.
Tibo, hold on, I'm just talking, bro. Yeah,
Okay.
Karen.
So now, another thing that I need to get back to you, because let me tell you, because that is something like you required proofs. Let me get back to you on that
Brother, this should be
as well.
the easiest. If this actually happened, this should be the easiest proof to get.
Mhm.
This should, if this actually happened, everybody in the world, everybody
Would
in
have
the
said that.
world would write about this. The Romans would write about this. The Chinese would
Yeah.
write about this. The Christians that
Hmm.
lived in the area at the time would write about this. The Jews that lived in the area at the time would write about this. The Europeans, the Eastern
All right.
Europeans that lived in the
Yeah.
area would
I
write
mean,
about this.
all right. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this.
Absolutely.
You are asking for proofs. Let me get back to you on that. All right.
Yeah. That Muhammad has split the moon in half.
Yep. Yep.
Look, we have Muslims in the chat here. We have who do we have? We have Hakuna Matata, and what if they wrote about it and the manuscripts weren't found? Then that's not evidence, is it? That's an empty
No.
claim.
Okay.
No,
All right.
I'm not
All
talking
right.
to you,
Let
Ahmed.
me
Sorry,
let
I'm
me
not
tell
talking
you.
to. I'm talking to
Yeah,
Hakuna Matata.
I know you are Hakuna Matata. Let me finish this because, obviously, you are basically asking for a proof-based discussion. So that should be the way to go forward, rather than just proving yourself like you are right and you are wrong. So now these are the questions that I had asked, and I in the start I already told you that these questions or these kinds of the way I discuss is I do it in with the question mindset so that it becomes more attractive. All right, then if you have to add anything else, you can keep on, and because I will say that I need I will get back to you on these things, and I will answer you that because
Can I ask you? Can I
even
ask you a
though
question?
even because yeah, sure.
This is my question. Don't you find it really strange that if this insanely miracle event happened, that no one
Mm-hmm.
throughout human history, besides your specific
Mm-hmm.
religious group, ever talked about it? Doesn't that make you stop and think that, hey, maybe
Mm,
this is a bit strange? Because it wouldn't just be Muslims, it would be the entire world, all of Native America. None of them would have knew about Islam. They would have even written about it. They would see it. We all see the moon, no matter where you are on the planet.
right,
It's very
right,
strange
yeah.
that why wouldn't they? Just that's just a question. Forget theology, forget religion. Just think about it
Uh-huh.
as clear as you can. It just
Huh?
it doesn't make sense, bro. Why
Yeah,
there would be
okay,
proof.
let me tell you one thing. If you are trying to say that, that was a lie or that was something, another thing,
Yep.
I said that I will get back to you on that. Now, if it makes sense or not, because even though you have proved a lot of things and you have showed me these kinds of the things, what I would say is there are if whatever the point I will make here, you will counter that, which is absolutely fine, and I don't have any problem with that because I will answer your counter. So that's what I'm saying. Let me get
Yeah.
back to you on that because if you are saying and if you are trying to prove me, then I would assume that you are trying to insult me, and that is not good.
No, I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just trying to get you to think about it.
Yeah,
Because
we already discussed that, and you said that it does not make sense, and this and that, and I already told you, I will get back to you on that.
Okay, that's fine.
Wasn't that
yeah.
simple?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. We
Alright.
can move on. We can move on. Okay, so if you can't provide evidence for the
Mm-hmm.
miracles, then
Mm-hmm.
we're a bit stuck here because then how can I believe what Islam's telling me is true? Well, how could I trust the religion if I can't prove miracles in the religion? And there's a lot of stuff that Islam also gets wrong, like historical
Mm-hmm.
accounts. So how could I enter this religion if I know that
All right.
it even
Do you
gets
remember do you remember I asked you a question? If I have to learn Christianity, where should I go? And you told me that you should read Bible. All right.
Yes, but and remember what my response was. Remember what my response was to that. I said the Bible,
Uh-huh.
and I want to be able to test the Bible, because if I just believe in the Bible
All right.
without actually fact
Uh-huh.
checking the Bible, then
Because you know
what
what?
I am no, no, hold on, hold on.
So,
Then I am just following
Welcome
a
off, please.
religion. I am just following a religion without fact checking the religion. I'm putting my salvation, everything,
mm-hmm.
on the line by just blindly following. I first want to be able to fact check what the religion's telling me about, to know if that's the true religion. Okay? That's the
Mm-hmm.
difference, brother. That's the I don't just follow, I don't just read the Bible and say, "Oh yeah, I believe in this." No, I want to be able to find proof for the Bible. Otherwise, I could just believe in Harry Potter and say Harry Potter's true because I read it. See, this is the
Right.
difference.
All right. Then if and I ask you the second question, that if you have to learn the Quran, where should you go? And you said that you will go to the Quran and Khatib. All right. Is that
Say that again.
clear?
Yeah, but how
You,
could I?
I
Yeah,
ask
but how
you.
could I test? How could I
You are
check the
saying the stories of okay, so which means if you're saying the Quran is not true,
religion?
then it means whatever is written about Jesus in Quran is also not true. Is that
No,
true?
yes, because, and you know how it's not true. The Quran came 600 years after Jesus, right? And it
Mm-hmm.
talks about
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Muhammad talks about Jesus in a language that Jesus didn't even speak.
Mm-hmm. And
So
okay, so now let me tell you one thing. If you go to Gospel, Mark 1, very famous, and you might have heard it a lot of time. So Mark 1, 7. Haven't you seen, there comes after me, he has that, mightier than I. Isn't it about Muhammad?
say
It's
that
about the
again.
Holy Spirit. It's about the Holy Spirit. That's what it's
Yeah.
referencing, not Muhammad.
Who do you call a Holy Spirit?
It's about the Holy Spirit, bro. This has been disapproved so many times.
I don't know, like, what
Yeah.
is it? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know at all about the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
Help me understand what is Holy Spirit.
So Holy Spirit is part of the Trinity. So you got Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. It's
Mm-hmm.
Holy Spirit is God. But let's get
Mm-hmm.
back to let's get back to the topic of you.
Yeah, no,
You said
no. What I'm trying to
Muhammad in the
understand is
Bible.
like,
You said Muhammad's in the Bible, right?
yeah, and there
Okay.
are many references as well, and you might have heard
No,
them a
there is.
lot of time. Let me be clear.
Can I prove you
Uh,
wrong? Can I prove you wrong first? Because you said
Absolutely, you
Muhammad's in
have
the
the right
Bible.
to do so.
Okay. Thank you. Let me get this up for you then.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get this up.
And let's say even hypothetically, it wasn't about the Holy Spirit, even though it is, that's still not proof it's Muhammad. It could be anybody. It's not specific. Like
It
which
could
it
be
is.
you. It
If
could be
well,
you.
if it's talking about a prophet and it doesn't give any specific details like you're saying it is, how do I know it's Muhammad? You have to prove that. You can't just assert it's Muhammad. Even the Bible is
Mm-hmm.
telling you something completely different. The problem is that what it seems
Okay,
to
let
me,
me.
Muslims want to take parts of the Bible where it fits them,
Yep.
parts that
Uh-huh.
don't, they reject it. Like, is the Bible corrupt or not? It feels like you're picking and choosing what you want, what you don't want. If the Bible's corrupt, then how do you know the thing if that's Muhammad is true or not? Like it's cherry picking. Like, which one is it? Like, you can't. Is it corrupt or not? How do I
Yeah.
know?
Okay, now hold on. I'm showing you, yeah. So which verse? Hold on. Before that, which verse do you want to quote me about Muhammad being in the Bible? Quote me the verse, and I'll disprove it. Because
7.
which one?
Mark 1 7.
Mark. Mark where? What did you say? Hello, Mark.
Mark. What? Hello?
Yeah,
Can you hear
yeah,
me?
yeah, yeah.
Mark 1 7.
Okay, read Mark 1:7 for me. Read Mark 1. You see, you just quoted the Bible, and you never know what you said. You literally got this from a Muslim source, and you never know what the verse says.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All right. What is
what
that?
the? No, you quoted the verse. You read the verse. You quoted it. See, this is you got this from a Muslim website. Oh yeah, Muhammad's in the
The
Bible.
verse yet.
Okay, now read it because it took you so long. You said, oh, it's Mark 1:7, so you
There
should know what
comes
Mark 1:7
after
is talking
me.
about. Okay, go on.
There comes after me.
Okay,
He that is mightier than I. Now,
okay.
as a Muslim, I believe
No,
in that.
finish the verse.
There was
Finish the verse. Finish the verse.
that's all it. That's all.
No, it's not. It says, and he preached, saying,
Can
after he
yeah,
comes, who is mightier than I, the straps of those sandals I am not worthy to stoop down and untie. Now, are you ready? Are you ready?
uh-huh.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Because you completely misquoted the Bible. So that's John the Baptist. Yeah, that's John the
Uh-huh.
Baptist talking, and he understands that he's a prophet, he's not the Messiah. Okay, the Savior promised to
Mm-hmm.
rescue the Jewish people rather than he's the one God has commissioned to prepare the way for the Messiah. Yeah, so John's
Mm-hmm.
camel hair clothing and diet of honey and locusts reflect his humble approach to the task God has given him. Yeah, listen. So what this verse
Mm-hmm.
is actually talking about is Jesus. If you
Mm-hmm.
read the entire Mark 1, this is literally talking about Jesus. So you just proved to me, even from this verse, this is talking about Jesus, not Muhammad. Read the whole thing. Read me the whole chapter. Read me the whole
Mm-hmm.
chapter. Read me the whole chapter.
Oh,
Yeah, read me the
all
whole
right.
chapter.
1 minute. One
Cause,
one
cause
minute. 1 minute.
Okay, I'll read you the
Give
whole chapter.
give
I'll
me.
read you the whole chapter. I'll read you the whole chapter.
No, no,
The
no.
beginning
One
of the
minute.
good news about Jesus, the Messiah, the Son of God, as it is written in Isaiah the prophet. And this is quoting Isaiah. I will send you my message ahead of you, who will prepare your way. A voice of one calling in the wilderness, prepare the way for the Lord, make straight paths for him. And so John the Baptist appeared in the wilderness, preaching a baptism of repentance for the forgiveness of sins. The whole Judean countryside and all the people of Jerusalem went out to him, confessing their sins. They were baptized by him in the Jordan River. John wore clothing made of camel's hair with a leather belt around his waist, and he ate locusts and wild honey. And this was his message. After he comes, the one more powerful than I, the straps of those of whose sandals I am not worthy to stoop down and tie, I baptize you with water, but he will baptize you with the Holy Spirit. And literally, you see, in the beginning, the first verse, if you read the first verse, and not just took the seventh out of context, you would see where he literally
Mm-hmm.
says, and listen to me, this way he says, the beginning of good news about Jesus, the Messiah. So, but
Okay.
so this literally is talking about Jesus, not Muhammad. Where do you get that this is talking about
All right.
Muhammad? You're literally
All right.
contradicted
Shut up.
yourself.
Okay. Okay. I do agree with you that it is a contradiction. All right. Now let me come
Okay.
to this part. So, what is your belief as a Christian about Jesus? Like,
Bro, it
is he
doesn't
a
matter
God?
what you quoted me the verse. You're going back. You're going back. So you
No,
quoted me the
I'm
verse saying
going back.
this will.
I said that it's contradicting.
Okay.
See, I agree
Thank you.
with you. Right, right,
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
right.
Okay.
I'm not saying
Thanks.
like you said something wrong. Let
Okay.
me tell you one thing. In the start of the discussion, if you still remember, I
Hmm.
told you I'm trying to study and
Okay.
I'm trying to learn the comparative religious.
Yeah.
Right? I
Absolutely
did
fine.
not come here to to prove you something or like be convinced by you. It's
Yeah.
just like my finding, and I'm trying to find whatever like will make sense. And
Absolutely.
the proof that you have asked me, the miracle number one, and what sorry, that was the number two, and help me understand the number one thing basically. What was the first thing that I was supposed to get back to you?
Yep. 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 That's right. Yeah. Okay. So you're asking basically what my belief is about Jesus. Yeah.
And
Is that
that
what you
this
asked the
number
question?
one, but
Yeah.
you asked me two things to get back to you.
Yep.
One is about this moon site miracle, and the other one is what?
And the other one is, why do Muslims get the sign of the moon from the Sabians, who were pagan worshippers who worship the moon?
Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
And
Got it.
and
Yeah.
a-
Okay.
and another thing is, so you said that.
So okay. Let me ask you this then. The
Okay.
okay. Sure. Please continue.
No, no, no. You carry on, brother. You go. You go. You go.
No, please carry on. I mean, I'm
Okay.
like,
No, no, that's fine.
understanding
That's
this
fine.
discussion. And
Okay. Yeah. So you asked me about my belief.
because, like, okay, let me,
Yeah.
yeah, about Jesus. That's what. And now, before you answer this, or before we
Yep.
move this conversation further, uh, in my opinion, an intellectual discussion, and you also said that as well, that an intellectual discussion is basically on proofs and
Yep.
on proofs and intellect. All right,
Yep.
it's based on proofs and intellect.
Uh-huh.
Now we need to understand that we have to like basically like conclude it somewhere. All right,
Yep.
it will like we will have our differences and we will like agree and disagree to each other.
Yep.
Problem will occur when the when people here will try to like conclude different meanings out of it, that they will try to mock each other. I mean, similarly, that's what is happening in here. Like Hakuna Matata is trying to convince other people, and then other people are. So now the question is like if every one of us here is for a true religion or whatever that is, the question is, are you really trying to like mock someone here, or are you really trying to preach someone? Because in my opinion, as I told you again from the start, and where I had disagreed and I couldn't provide you proofs, I
Mhm.
told you that I will get back to you this, and I did not like try to like explain all of these things to you and then try to prove that that is a thing, because that is something I want to make you very clear, that if either of us is on like agrees on each other's proof, then that is fine, but
Yep.
we will have our differences. Are you getting my point?
Yeah, yeah, no, I
That's what
absolutely
I'm
agree
trying.
with you. Yeah. No, I feel like so far me and you had a very honest and intellectual discussion. I wouldn't disagree that me and you not had an intellectual discussion. No, I believe that me and you so far had a very good intellectual discussion. We've not lied,
All right,
we've not
yeah,
done
thanks.
anything. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, all
So
right, yeah, all right, then the whole point of, I mean, these discussions can go on and on and on and on until like either of is convinced. All right.
of course, of course.
And it's also like not like it will be concluded right away, because I mean obviously the beliefs that you are have been studying, or that you have tested, or whatever the fact check you have done, I also have done my fact check as well. So uh, this is what I'm trying to make it clear, and that's what I'm trying to understand, that is this your this whatever the this Discord group, are you trying to like preach here, or you like trying to learn something? Because then the discussion
Oh,
makes
let's
really
let's
difference,
learn.
because
Let's
then
learn
I
more.
have to.
Yeah, so
Sorry?
no, so we're trying to do two things here. So we're trying to one, teach about
Sorry to
Christianity.
cut you. Sorry, yeah, sorry to
Sorry.
cut you off, but I should have asked this question in very start, so that we wouldn't have ended up here.
Absolutely, yeah.
Um,
So we're trying to do two things. So we're trying to have we're trying to spread the gospel to the people that don't know about the gospel, and what we're also trying to do is we're trying to free. We would all like to follow the truth. Hopefully, some of us can learn from this, and
yeah,
some of us can hopefully
right.
look
That's
for
fair
the
enough.
truth.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. Yeah, that's pretty fair enough. Now, now I will. And now let me get back to you. I mean, I didn't realize that this discussion would go that long, and I was like working, and then I I got stuck into that. Now, the coming back to the question, what do you believe about Jesus?
I believe that Jesus is God. He is the Son of God.
All right. So so now can you help me define who is a God?
Who is a God?
Yeah.
So
What is the definition of God? By definition, who is a God?
yeah. So do you want me to do that from the Bible?
No, I mean now if you are trying to say, then I will also like give a reference from Quran which you will contradict. So now you need to tell me with your wisdom and intellect, who do you think is a God?
Okay. So who do I think is a God? I think
Yeah.
that
So with your
God,
wisdom and
yeah,
intellect.
yeah. I think that God exists, yeah, in the Trinity, but is a singular God that exists in the Trinity, which is three persons, which is God the Father, God the Son, aka Jesus, like
See, brother.
and God
So
the Holy Spirit.
all right. So God exists with Trinity. All right.
Yeah, you asked me for my belief. I'm giving you my because that's what you asked me.
Yeah.
You
So
asked me for
so
my belief.
All right, yeah. So you basically told me your belief about
Yeah.
from the Christianity perspective, and
Mhm.
I ask you this question from above the religion, because let me tell you, at some point, I mean, I did have question, and I would say, like, I did question everything, and I'm still, like, doing that. I'm trying to say to you that my definition is what is. So okay, so you are saying that Trinity is God. Now let's talk about the power of God, right?
Yep.
Right. So you believe in Big Bang Theory?
Yeah. So, well, whoa. So, if you were to ask me from the Big Bang Theory that people presume now, aka do I believe in evolution, that we came from say rats and monkeys, and no, I believe that God made us. So yeah,
I
you
also agree
have
with you on this.
yes,
I totally agree with you with that,
exactly. So
because, like,
you have to
human
be
is
very
not,
careful.
evolved from.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have to be
yeah,
very
I
careful
agree
when you
with
say
that.
the
I
Big Bang.
absolutely agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So now the Big Bang Theory is, let's talk about now the Big Bang Theory. Let's talk about from this perspective. Like, there was everything was one, and then, eventually it become, like, everything. Like, it became stars, moons, and sun, and that, this and that, right?
okay, but
And then,
that's not my belief.
right,
That's not
then
my
what is your
belief.
belief that?
I
Okay, then what's
believe
your belief
that
about that?
God always existed and that God created everything. That's what I believe.
Really?
So you can't ask me about any other. So okay, so what do you believe? There's a time before God? Do you not believe that God created everything? That
Understanding,
God.
like, yeah,
So
I believe, yeah, he created everything. Now
okay, was he always there? Was he always there before the Big Bang? Was he
he
always
was
there?
always
Exactly. So that's what I
there.
believe.
Yeah, he was
That
always there.
yeah, that's so me and you
Okay.
believe the same thing about that.
Yeah, okay, so I'm glad that, we agree on some part. Now, let me ask you this question. Like, I was talking about to you power of gods. Like, what are the power of gods? Like, what he can do and what he cannot do.
He can do everything he wants in his that doesn't contradict his divine nature. So he can do
Lost.
anything that doesn't contradict his divine nature. So God obviously has a
What?
nature, right? Like a divine nature that God sticks to.
Right?
God doesn't veer off from his divine nature. So God can do anything
What is
that
divine
doesn't
nature?
contradict. So it's well, it depends because for your divine nature is different to my divine nature. Hello?
Yeah, I mean, I'll try to understand your nature. Help me understand you. What is your divine nature?
Yeah, so the divine nature is basically the characteristics of God that God follows basically. So things like let's put into example what's not God's nature, okay? Do you believe that God can lie? Hello? Can you hear me?
Can
Hello?
you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Do you
Hello?
believe that God can lie?
Do you believe that God can talk to you?
Yes, no, no, hold on. Answer the question. Do you believe that God can lie? That God can lie?
I mean, that's why I'm asking you this question, because
Yeah.
he can never lie.
Okay, yeah. So
Even
there
though
you
he
go.
created the lie,
So yeah,
even though he created the lie, but he never lies.
okay, yeah,
Hadith, can I ask you a question about that real fast?
Hmm.
If God can't lie, but it's logical to lie, God can't be omnipotent. You see a problem? He's not all powerful if he can't do something that's possible.
No, no. So no. So you see, it's so I think what he means here, Kultuslav, is what we're talking about when we say that God can't lie because it goes against his divine nature. So even though technically, technically speaking, God can do anything. He can lie if that was his nature, but because that's not his nature, he can't. It doesn't go outside of his nature, his divine nature, which is what
Let
I'm trying
me
to
ask
say.
you this.
So,
Sorry,
so
sorry
then
to
what would
stop you.
determine his nature? What
Sorry
determines
to
his
stop you.
nature?
Sorry to stop you. So, if you say that you believe in God, do you believe you should question things like this? Like, he created these kinds of things, and like, he created divine nature. He cannot go against. He is God. He can do whatever he want, right?
Exactly.
He can, like, So then, do you think you have the right to question these kinds of the things to God? Because I believe I don't. I mean,
No,
I
no, hold
believe
on.
I don't.
So what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Like explain to me
I
more. What do you
mean,
mean by that?
I okay. So we need to define the boundaries here. The boundaries about the God, discussion. Because the one single question will go out of our beliefs. Like, I mean, if you're a Christian and I'm a Muslim, then one single question can go to the atheism, which will be a new topic. All right? Can we agree on that?
Uh, Sorry, I was trying to reply to the Slav guy because I don't want to disturb our conversation. So I'm trying to reply to him in the comments. Can you repeat the question? I do apologize.
Yeah. Let me repeat the question. So I'm saying we need to define the boundary about what God is and He can do and not. And because
Yeah,
the moment we will go from a one question to the other, it will convert into an atheism, which is against both our beliefs. All right? Can we
absolutely.
agree on that?
Yep, absolutely.
Right. Okay. All right. Now let me ask you this. You said that God can God lie. I
He
believe.
can't. He
Do you
can't.
think
Yeah.
like, huh?
So
Right?
we
He
both believe
can't.
that he can't lie because it goes against his
Then,
divine
so
nature.
this basically gives me a new question, which is, do you believe we have the authority to like question God like that? Like he
N-
can lie or he can do or what and not?
no, no. So we can ask
No?
us questions because no, we don't need to question it. Here's the thing: we don't need to question it because we
Yeah.
know.
Okay. So
No, no,
now,
hold on. Let me
okay.
answer
So
the question.
now,
I'm telling you, we don't need to question it because he has already revealed to us in the scripture of his nature. So we don't need to question his nature because we know if you read and understand the scripture
so
what his
okay,
nature is.
brother. Sorry to stop you. Sorry to stop you. I mean, I was expecting that, we will not quote the books. We will try to understand the concept of God from each other's mind. All right.
Mhm.
Did I quote you anywhere from the Quran?
I'm not, you don't have to come if I'm giving you my understanding, brother. You don't have to
Yeah.
quote
So
me.
I mean, but because I am telling you, like, because like the feeling that the scripture. The moment you said scripture, it simply means you are quoting something from the scripture,
I wasn't
right?
going to quote
So which
anything.
means
No,
like
no, I wasn't quoting anything. I'm just giving you an example as
you
to why
said
I
you
don't need to
said
question.
scripture. You said scripture, right?
Yeah, but I wasn't quoting anything. I just said that I
That's
don't
what
need
I'm
to.
trying to understand.
Yeah.
Your wisdom and like your intellect and my mind. I'm trying to understand, like, how do we define God, right?
Okay.
So you said that it's a trinity, and I believe it's only one. He is like, I mean, sorry, if I'm not sure if I revealed it. I told you not it,
Yeah.
but let me tell you my concept of God. I mean, I believe he is only one, and he has no one. He has no one shared with. All right. So right now, the definition, the powers of the God. Let me. I ask you, like, what he can do and what he cannot do, and then at the same time we discussed that you explain me your mind. So now
Yeah,
let me ask you this. So
but look, here's the thing. You just asked me. You said to me, "Oh, I'm not going to you by what you believe." I'm saying you told me, say, you want me to define by myself, but you're defining your beliefs to me now.
all
So
right.
you that's what you're
So
doing. You're defining your beliefs to
okay.
me
So
now.
okay. Let me recorrect this. Let me recorrect this. I my understanding about God is this, that He is only one and unseen.
And where do you get this from?
Does that make sense?
Do you get this from the Quran?
Where did you did
Yeah,
no
so you get this.
I
Your
okay
understanding is from the
did
Quran.
all right,
That's
okay. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you. Didn't I mention you that I studied different things? I studied in Christianity, I studied in Hinduism, and I studied in different the myths about the God, like what he is, and I even discussed this with atheists. So I concluded my definition and my wisdom, and similarly you did. Yeah, and if you are saying like he's a Trinity,
yeah.
isn't it Bible that is like preaching this? So we are somehow on the back end, we are sticking to our beliefs, but for the sake of this discussion, we are agreeing that our discussion is this. All right? Do you
Yeah,
understand that?
yeah, but then again, but then you're saying that because of
So
you
now
because of your
you need
beliefs,
to
you're
now you
giving
need
me
to
your definition from your beliefs. But look, you're giving me the definition
didn't you okay, let me
of
tell
what
you,
you believe
didn't you
God
give
is from
me the
your beliefs.
definition from your beliefs?
Yeah,
Didn't
exactly.
you
Yeah, yeah,
give me your
yeah,
definition?
yeah. But then you can't know. But
And
what I'm trying to tell
we
you,
can agree on that, all right?
yeah, exactly. But no, but what I'm
We
trying
can
to
agree
tell
on.
you is you told me not to do that, but then you did the exact same thing. That's the issue that I have. If you tell me
You
not
all
to,
right, okay.
you can't use
Why
your
didn't I
definition of
explain
your
you?
God to me. Does that
Right.
make
So
sense?
didn't I explain? Right. Yeah, this totally makes sense. Didn't I explain you why did I conclude with that definition?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine, but that's still on your beliefs because that's what you believe. It's on your
Right. So
beliefs.
and right and didn't you explain your belief as well? Didn't you
Yeah,
explain
yeah,
your belief?
exactly. Yeah, yeah. So we both did that,
Now,
but that's fine. And I'm happy with that. I'm happy for you to explain what you think God is based on your beliefs, and I'll
okay.
tell you what I think God
Uh-huh.
is based on my beliefs. But when you say to me, let's
So how do you
forget
want me to
about belief.
rectify that? Okay,
No,
so
no,
how do you want me to
no, no,
rectify that? Let's
no,
solve this.
I don't want to rectify. I just think that there was a mistake in the language, in the wording that you used. But that's fine. So we both
Okay.
define what we think God is. Yeah?
Yeah.
Can we agree on
Yeah.
that? Okay,
Now,
perfect.
yeah, do we agree? Yeah, we agree.
We
And
agree.
now, no, yeah, now the question is I ask you what he can do and what he can do, and then you ask the question he can never lie and he can never go against his divine nature. So if it is true, then why there has been so massacre on the earth that history has evident or witnessed that was against the divine nature.
What?
Haven't you seen the so if it has to be a divine nature followed a divine nature world, all right,
Okay.
then it has to be a basically a very peaceful world, which is not, right? You understand my point?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I do understand your point, but I don't
Then
think
isn't it going against the divine nature?
of God. Yes, yes, it is
Yeah.
going about, and I'll tell you why. I'll
Then
tell you.
how then it means okay, so now let me come to this. Then it means then the definition of God from your perspective is wrong.
No, it doesn't. That doesn't change anything from my definition. No, because
Now you
no,
okay,
listen. Let me finish.
let
Let
me
me finish. Let me finish. Let me
you
finish.
didn't you say
Let me, bro.
didn't
Let
you
me
say
finish.
bro said that the God cannot go is it's he's against his
Uh-huh.
divine nature, right? Now
Yes.
whatever is happening, it is going against the divine nature.
And it's going against the divine nature of your God from your beliefs. Because,
No,
yes, it does. Because
no.
you
Where did I say
know,
that?
no, you don't need to
Did
say
I say
that.
that?
But no, because
Let
you
me
try to
remind us.
prove me
Yeah,
wrong
please
by
remind me
proving
that.
yourself wrong. No, you not said it, but you're trying to
Okay,
prove
how?
me wrong by proving, because you said if something goes against God's divine nature, that means my concept of God is wrong. But even if we have a look at the story of Adam and Eve before, so the original sin is not part of the Islamic doctrine. Yeah, we know this. Muslims believe humans are born without sin and with a desire to please God, but because we have free will, we chose to go astray from Him and go against His will, which means we're going against divine will. So even if you try to say that somehow disproves my God, that also then disproves your God, because people go against your God's divine will. So how can you say that my definition
Okay,
of God is wrong when people go against your God's divine will? Are, aren't they wrong
okay.
too? Like what? So that means your definition of God's wrong. That means nobody's right. What?
All right.
How did you come?
Let me
How
know
did you?
once
What
you are finished.
conclusion did you come to? I don't understand.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So are you finished?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. Now you said the about Adam's and Eve story. All right.
Yeah,
Where did you quote it from? Where
from
do
your
you quote
Quran.
it from?
From your Quran.
From my Quran. All right. So if so is it mentioned anywhere in the Quran that he follows his divine nature? I mean,
Bro, it
you
doesn't
have
need to.
studied Quran, so you should know that.
It doesn't need to say divine nature using what's called the exact word fallacy. The divine nature, the word is not in the Bible
A
either.
Bible somewhere that he.
No, no,
So
no, no.
it's also not.
The word in
Okay.
do you not understand the meaning of divine nature? I don't think okay, I don't think you understand of what the actual topic is. Divine nature is the characteristics of God, right? That we both believe that our God has his own characteristics, yeah, which are good, yeah, which we define as good because we think of God as good, do we not? Do you believe God is good? Hello, Ahmed?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So if
He
somebody
is.
goes outside and of God's nature and God's divine nature and does bad things, It's not because the definition of God is wrong, it's because they choose to rebel against God's divine
Can you,
nature.
can you,
Do we not agree
sorry, I
on this?
lost your voice. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
I,
hear
I've
you.
lost your voice.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let me explain it to you again. Because we both believe that God is good and that is his
Mm-hmm.
divine nature, if people, because they have free will, because God gave us free will and we both believe in that, if they choose to do bad things that go against God's divine nature, it doesn't mean that definition of God's divine nature is incorrect or the definition of God is incorrect. It means that people choose to do evil things against his nature because God gave us free will. Do you agree?
I agree with that.
Thank
Now,
you.
so now I mean, I am just like, explaining your definition, what you told me, either
Yeah, but you
your
told me my definition
virtue.
is wrong.
Yeah, so the reason I told you the definition is wrong, and I
Yep.
still like, understand that. The reason for that is like, the choice of wording that you have chosen to say. Either that choice of wording is wrong or your definition is wrong, because you are continuously, you're still saying like, the God has given us the will to do like go against his nature and or his divine nature, or
Mhm.
stay to his divine nature, right?
Yes. Okay, okay, no, hold on.
All
No, no,
right.
no, 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 hold on, hold on. Now let me ask everybody else in this call. Did anybody else understand what I said? Because if you disagree with me, then you literally disagree with Islam. Because Islam
Yeah.
says that God's nature is good, yeah, but because Allah gave you free will, and you choose to commit bad things against His will, so does that also disapprove
Mm-hmm.
Allah then, according to Ahmed's logic?
Yeah. It's like if you believe
Exactly.
God's nature is the same, like you believe in the same God of the Bible, if you said this nature is bad, you're saying also Allah is bad. You're saying like,
No, Hakuna Matata, we're not saying that it makes Allah bad. What we're saying is, he said that because this is what I said. Listen, Hakuna Matata, listen. I said, this is what I said, yeah? Tell me if you're listening, because I want to explain my point to you again. And let's be here. Let's be intellectually focused. Okay. So I said, because he said that my definition of God's wrong, because I said that God, we both agreed on this. Me and Ahmed both agreed on this, that our God has divine nature, which he doesn't go out of. Yeah, and he
Mm-hmm.
made people, and because people choose to go against his nature, it doesn't mean that that the definition of God is wrong. All it means that
The
people
definition of the God,
wait,
God
wait,
divine
wait,
nature,
let me finish. It means
divine nature,
it
not the
wait,
God.
wait. It means that um what people choose that the people choose that go against his nature, they are wrong. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Even Hakuna Matata, who's a Muslim, just agreed with me, bro.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Okay.
Hakuna Matata, thank you for being intellectually honest. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dead Vulcan, thank
I
you for
okay.
being honest. Thank you. See, like,
Okay.
everyone
And
agreed with me.
the yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
did okay, let me make it clear then, brother. So you said you define, right, what the divine nature is against, and then you are trying to now either you are self-contradictory to yourself, or you are just
What?
trying to just win the argument here. Let me tell you why. Yeah, listen to me. Why it is?
Okay, I'm listening.
Because a few moments ago, like 15 to 20 minutes ago, not
Mhm.
like let's say 30 minutes ago, you were
Mhm.
saying that Quran is wrong. All right.
I've
Now
not said
you
anything in the
are
Quran
at the
is wrong.
no, 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 no. So what did you define right now? So you said that the Allah's definition is this, right? And
I
you
said
gave the
both of
reference from
our
Quran.
definitions of this. I said, yeah, I said both of our definitions are this. I said both of our
Doesn't it
definitions
make
are.
okay? Okay, so the both of the definition, and you also said that it's also from the Quran, right?
No, bro, this is no. Listen,
Didn't you say
the
that?
definition of God.
Didn't you say that?
Yeah, listen,
So
God.
just tell me. Just tell me.
Yes,
Didn't you say
yes.
that?
I said from the Quran because
Okay,
I said that
you said that now.
you believe God
Okay,
has divine
no,
nature.
no,
That's
no.
what I'm trying to tell
Okay,
you.
now
I
let
proved you
me finish
wrong.
this.
I proved you wrong. Okay, you
Right,
go.
all right, okay. Now, all right. I accept that I was wrong. All right, I agree with you. Now, you have literally accepted that Quran is right. Now, why are
No,
you
I did not.
contradicting yourself now?
No,
Why?
but
Why?
what? Where
Okay,
did
no,
you get
brother.
this mental
Why?
gymnastics
Why?
from?
Why are you? Okay,
Where?
sorry for being loud. Sorry for
Where
being
did you
loud.
get this gymnastics
Now,
from? Look, see,
you
even the Muslim guy, Hakuna
okay?
Matata,
Finish. I'll
even the
okay.
Muslims.
Finish.
No,
Finish.
this is this.
Whatever you
Listen,
want to
okay,
say.
I will tell you for this last time. Please listen because it doesn't look like you are listening, bro. So please listen to me for this one last time because I've tried to explain this to you about 6 times now. Okay, both of our religions, both listen to this, yeah? Christianity and Islam, both of them think that God has his divine nature that he doesn't go outside of. For example, God doesn't lie, God doesn't promote murder, etc. We both believe that. This is what I mean when I talk about God's divine nature. That both of our religions think that God has divine nature. Now, you said that because I said that God's divine nature, you basically said that I lied because I don't think that God's divine nature is something that you said. But this is what I said. I said that God, both Allah and both what I believe is God, yeah. So both Christianity and Islam, their God, so my God and your God has his divine nature that he doesn't go outside of. If people go against his nature, which is what you said to me. He said, because people go against my God's nature, this means that my definition of God's wrong. But this is what I'm trying to tell you, this is what I've been trying to tell you for the last 10 minutes. Both of our gods say that he has his divine nature, both Allah and both my God. Yes? So, if people go against both of outside of Allah's nature and outside of my God's nature, it doesn't mean that the definition of my God is wrong or that the definition of your God is wrong. It just means that the people that go against his divine nature that we both believe is good. So that you believe Allah's nature is good and I believe that my God's nature is good. But because people go outside of that nature, it doesn't mean that the definition of our God is wrong. It means that God gave us free will, because God gave us free
Hmm?
will, it means people go outside of God's free will and they do bad things. It doesn't mean that the definition of God is incorrect.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are
Hakuna
you?
Matata. I just gave an example by the Hakuna Matata. I gave an example for to trying to get Muhammad to understand Hakuna Matata. Does that make sense? That's what I said. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Hakuna Matata. But I believe that Quran has that Allah in the Quran has divine nature. I absolutely believe that, and I believe that God in my Bible has divine nature. Yeah. So if that's what you're saying that we
Okay.
both
So,
that I
can
agree
you
with
repeat
you.
that one more time, please? Can you repeat one more time?
Bro, I'm sorry. I've repeated about seven
And
times.
the last no, the last sentence, the Quran and Bible thing. This last sentence.
Yeah,
Can you repeat one more time, please?
Hakuna Matata said, he said that about me when I was speaking. He said, and I'm quoting him. He said he just said that the Quran and the Bible agree on one point, and I said to him, I said that if you're talking about the in terms of divine nature, that both the Bible has a definition of God's divine nature and the Quran has a definition of God's divine nature, then yes, I agree that both books have their own definition of God's divine nature that both religions think are good. That Islam thinks Allah's nature is good, and I think that my God's nature is good. Is that simple enough for everyone to understand? Please tell me
Absolutely. Yeah,
I
I
don't have
agree.
to
I
repeat
agree.
myself again. Please.
No, you won't repeat that.
Thank you.
But I mean, the words that you have chosen to say, you should. I mean, you need to maybe like help me understand that. So for that reason, I mean, if you, I mean, have
Does
to
anybody
explain
want to
me
take
or
over?
sort of.
I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry. I've tried to explain 7 to 8 times now.
No, no, no,
Please,
no. I'm not asking you for
somebody
an
take over.
explanation. What one last thing that the question that you are not answering me, that I'm trying to have you answer the question.
Okay.
If I'm not sure how many people here remember the whole context or following the discussion from very start.
Yeah.
Asked you a couple of questions, and on multiple times you said that Quran is wrong, Quran is this, and Quran is that,
I said
right?
I believe the Quran is wrong. Yes, I do. I do believe the Quran is
Okay,
incorrect.
so
Yes.
Is it
then okay,
historically
so
evidence that it's wrong, not just
Yeah.
a belief?
I evidence to you that it's wrong.
no, 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 no. You are saying that, right? Now,
Yes.
either
That is my
your
belief.
definition that you have just explained several times, either this is wrong, the Quran is
No,
right,
it's not wrong.
or
What? Where
okay,
are you getting from my? No, okay, okay. Explain to me what mental gymnastics that you're doing. That, from my definition, you somehow think that I believe the Quran is right. Explain to me from what mental gymnastics did you do to come to that conclusion, please. I think
all right.
everybody in this
So
call
that's
would like to understand this.
didn't okay. So didn't you say? I mean, the reason I asked you to say that word Quran and the Bible sentence, if you remember, right? And you explained that your definition and my definition, which you are agreeing, all right? You agreed that our definition is same. That's what you
No, I
said.
didn't. No, I didn't. I
Okay,
gave you an
now,
example.
all right,
Here,
yeah, that's all. I guess that's all because
where did you get it from? Okay,
there is
no,
no.
here. Okay,
No,
I'll
you
tell you.
said
I'll tell
that,
you
and
again.
you are not. Okay,
No,
let
one
me
last
ask you
thing.
one last thing, and I'll just conclude that. I will not
Okay.
discuss anymore. Did during this whole discussion where I was wrong, and did I ask you,
Yeah.
or didn't I took a step back and
You
told you
did.
that I will do?
Absolutely.
All right, I did.
Absolutely.
Now, the same question that you are doing, I asked you the same question, all right?
Yeah.
You are not taking your words back. You are trying to defend yourself. So now, which
I'm not trying
clearly
to defend
means,
myself.
or you are trying to preach me rather than making me learn it. All right?
Where are you getting your
So yeah,
no?
good luck with
Okay, listen to my listen to this one last time.
that. Thank you so much.
Listen to this one last time. Okay, Ahmed, listen to this one last time, please.
Sorry, no, you already explained a lot of time, and now again,
Oh
right?
my. No, okay, listen. Okay, listen to my
All right?
one last thing. So, this is my definition. I believe, listen, one last time. This one last time I'm telling you. If you don't understand this, now this is on you, not on me. I
I
believe
guess no, no,
the
no. I guess we can.
Quran.
No, no, no.
No, I believe Allah in the Quran has his own divine will. Yeah, I'll simplify this for you. Has his own divine will that Muslims think
So did
is
okay. So
good.
stop
That
here. Stop here.
Muslims think is good. No,
Stop here.
I'm changing this now so for you to
Stop
understand
here.
because you didn't understand my first point. Yeah, so I'm changing this for you to simplify this for you. Okay, so I believe the Quran has a definition of
So you
Allah and
just said.
His divine will that Muslims think is correct, and I believe that Christians and their belief from the Bible have their definition of divine will about our God that we think
Bro,
is correct. Is
bro,
that
you
easy for you to
literally
understand?
changed your words. You literally changed
Well,
your whole
Yes,
words.
I
if you're
did.
not
Yes,
understanding the initial description, he's changed his words about 8 times now for your
thank you.
frontal
Yeah,
lobe to try and
I'm
comprehend.
changing the words for you to
That's
understand it easier because you said
because
no
the
because you said you don't
because
understand my
each
point.
time you are explaining,
Oh
each
wow.
time you're explaining 8 times, 9 times, 10 times, each single time you're explaining, you are just trying to prove that you are somehow at some point you are agreeing Quran is true.
No, where
And
did
at
you
the
hear me?
same time,
I never said the Quran is true. Hakuna, okay,
okay, let
Hakuna
me,
Matata,
Hakuna
you're
Matata,
Muslim.
you're here.
Did I ever say no,
You're
no?
Muslim.
I
You
want
tell
to
me,
hear.
like,
I want
if
to
I
hear.
understood
I'm
him.
not a Muslim. I'm not a Muslim. I want to hear it from
No, no, no.
Hakuna
I'm
Matata.
talking to
Did I ever
Hakuna
say the
Matata.
Quran is true? No, no, because you don't understand it. Say thank you. Hakuna Matata, even who's a Muslim, is not agreeing with you because you're being intellectually dishonest. Me and you both said at the start of the discussion that we're both going to be intellectually honest. Yeah, I never said that the Quran is true. I gave you an example because you don't understand that example. I have changed the words using the same example for you to then comprehend it and understand it and simplifying it for you to be able to
Can you
digest in your
read the
brain.
second sentence? Can you read the second sentence that Hakuna Matata said?
Yeah, and no, so I said that I think some parts of it are correct that Muslims think are correct. Yeah, that's what I meant. That
Right.
Muslims think are correct.
This is the
I
10th
changed my
time
definition.
you 10th time you are changing your definition
Bro, you're
just to prove
choosing not
one
to
thing.
listen. You're choosing not to
No,
listen to my point. You're choosing
right.
not to listen. Ahmed, Hakuna Matata. What do you mean? Bro, now you just said that I'm right and now you're saying I'm wrong. Hakuna Matata, you need to make up
All
your
right.
mind. Hakuna
Yeah.
Matata, you need to make
Okay.
up
All
your
right. All
mind.
right.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And even what that Vulcan pointed out, you told me not to. 30 minutes ago, you said don't use scripture to define God, but then you decided it. No, okay. Oh, thank you, Hakuna Matata. Thank you. No, it's fine. No,
No, that's fine.
Hakuna Matata.
That's fine. That's fine.
I appreciate this for you being honest.
That is fine.
Thank you,
That is fine. I agree with you. All right.
Hakuna Matata. You're fine, bro.
I
I
am.
just want.
I'm not. I don't understand. Like why you are just trying to prove or why you are agreeing on some parts and why. I mean, even though like if
I'm
you are
not agreeing.
quoting Muslims for that, right? You literally had to change your words, all right, 9 to 10 times to just to like. I'm not saying like I did not understand. The reason I
You didn't
wanted you to
understand
keep repeat,
because you didn't
the reason
understand.
I wanted you to keep. No, listen to me. The reason I wanted you to repeat eventually so that you could see and you can understand, all right,
Brother,
what you have
everyone here,
done
no,
and
listen,
from where you.
listen. Everyone here just disagreed with you. So you can't keep
Absolutely fine.
regurgitating the same point when everyone in this call, even a Muslim guy who's thankfully he's being honest. He has even
Right.
said that you're incorrect, brother. You keep saying the same points, but everyone disagrees with you on that point because you made a mistake and now you're trying to justify your mistake. Please, if we said we're going to have an intellectually honest conversation at the start of this, and we was having it up until now. So can we please go back to have an intellectually honest conversation? Because otherwise we're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to keep repeating the same thing that everyone disagrees with you on.
All right. Yeah. Let's just move on because I will leave it as hanging as of now. Because again, the
Okay.
reason I mean, the reason sometimes it is like I would say hard to help you and like to explain your point to others, and sometimes it is not a good time, I would say. So for me, I would just accept it at like I cannot I couldn't explain it better, but I will
Okay.
definitely get back to you on that because
Absolutely.
I'm not sure like how from which standpoint.
You
I
were
mean,
being
I agree and I appreciate that you took a lot of time to explain to me that. What I'm trying
yeah.
to explain to you is that further. What I'm trying to explain you is like you are agreeing at some point. Again, I just don't
I'm
want to
not.
like jump back into the discussion. I mean, and I absolutely like fine like if you do not want to accept that because both of us are in that situation that we do not want to agree with anyone and like even though like everyone here
So
is
this is a premise.
It's not just me. It's not just
just
me that's not agreeing with you. It's
it's just not me.
everybody in
Okay,
the call.
let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing.
Look.
As I
Okay,
said,
read what that
as I
Vulcan just said.
said, brother, just don't be emotional. What I'm trying
Okay.
to say is, I, as I said in the start of this, like a few seconds back, I said, I couldn't explain my point better to help you understand that whatever the counter you are giving me, it is that good or not. All right?
Okay. Fantastic. That's
Oh,
fine.
yeah,
Now, now,
Adit, can
now,
I
now
order
let's
you
move
something?
on. Okay. Now let's move on because if you're gonna keep repeating the same points over and over again, we're never
Yeah,
getting anywhere.
let's move on. Yeah,
Okay.
let's move on.
Thank you. What point do you want to touch upon? What?
No,
Let's have a.
we were discussing the definition of the God, and then the divine nature came in, and that's
Okay.
what I was asking you, which I still haven't got any, like,
Okay.
um,
I'll give you an answer again, one last time. Whether you choose to accept this or not, it doesn't matter to me anymore. Yeah, because I've explained this to you multiple times.
Simon's here.
Okay.
Same for
I
me.
I, I believe that God
Sir,
has.
sir,
No,
sir,
hold
sir,
on.
please, sir, please. I'm really sorry to interrupt you, but it won't end up anywhere, so you don't need to explain it. So yeah, let's just move on.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Let's move on.
Okay?
Okay. Now, what topic shall we now discuss? Please give me a topic
Now,
that we should discuss.
yeah, the topic, no, it is not a topic. As I told you, as I just came here to clear up my points, right?
Okay.
Now, what you said to me exactly, okay, so if I am a student and if I am learning something, all right, and if I am
Yep.
looking for something, then I have the complete right to judge. I have the complete right to fact check, so called
Yep.
as per the modern world. All right.
Yep.
But if I have to follow the old religion, like the old way,
Yep.
then that wasn't that relevant at that time because usually people at that time were, I would say people were of different mindset as currently the people are. All right. Now people ask for more reasoning in today's world.
Okay, so
Now,
sorry.
the
I
definition
don't
of
quite
the
understand
you
what point you're trying to make. I'm really struggling to understand with what is
the
your
point
main point? Yeah, what's your main
the
point?
point I'm trying to understand is in the start of the discussion there were many questions that you just threw at me, and you said that okay, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. I
Hmm.
said that okay, I'll get back to you on those questions. I never said that Christianity is that wrong, Christianity is this and that, because you might have, I mean, I'm not sure how long you have been having these kinds of discussions. This is
A
my
long time.
probably
A
the
long time then. I've
long.
aged 10 years.
Now, all right, then you are a master and I am just a new student. I would agree, I would accept that because the
Okay.
point I am the and again, if correct me if I said anything wrong. In the
Hmm.
start, I said that I came here to understand the things, how
You
these
did.
kinds of things
I
working,
agree.
and then yeah, and then when I asked you what is the purpose of this server, and then you said that we are here to teach or preach Christianity and make people understand factually and this and that and this and that.
Yep.
Now, let me ask you this. So, if a person comes to you from a mindset, right? He has a lot of questions, right?
Of course.
Assume that he is agnostic. Yeah, assume he is agnostic.
Of course.
Would you try to preach him? Are you going to preach him on his own, or you are going to tell him, okay, go and read the Bible and understand it on your own?
I, I'm
Because usually if someone will come to me, I will be a helping hand instead of telling him, okay, to look at this, look at this,
When
because
you
I'll
ask him a
just tell him
question, you
because
gotta let
I
him
know
answer. You gotta let him
whatever that.
answer
So
it,
it's
dude. You
just
gotta let him
finishing,
answer the
just
question
finishing,
you ask.
just finishing, just finishing here, culture. So the questioning, I believe whatever the true religion is, right,
Yep.
that he will end up there if he has a true intention. All right.
Um.
Now the definition of the
Yep.
true religion is different according to you and me, because for you the Christianity is true
Yep.
religion, for me
Hmm.
Islam is true religion. All right. Now for that person I would leave him with a studies okay, go study this and this and this and this. All right, other than
Hmm.
putting him into the confusional question,
Which
and
religion is
basically
true? Absolutely. Yeah.
no, no, no,
Absolutely.
no, no. With the question, the confusional question, Muhammad did this and Muhammad did that. I mean, we never blamed. Are we? Are I mean, this is our belief. If we blame to Jesus, peace be upon him, we are no more Muslim. All right. So,
Yeah.
and it's your choice. I mean, I don't have any problem. But what I'm trying to, what I'm trying to convey my message is rather than
Hmm.
defaming someone and cashing your religion, it is not a good thing, right?
No, no. Listen. Here's the difference. Here's the difference because
Okay, so one,
no,
didn't you
let
mock?
me talk. Let me talk my point. No, I didn't mock because what I did is I just quoted you.
What was that
No,
mean?
let me please tell you because I've just quoted you what Muhammad did from your own Quran and from your own hadiths. Okay. Now, even in your religion, the only according to you who is prophet, but we believe who is God, which is Jesus Christ. Even according to you, he's the only prophet that is sinless. There is no other prophet like him, even in your religion. Can you see the difference? To us, he's God, but even in your religion, there's no other prophet like him. Not even Muhammad. Even according to you, if you say no, then you would be lying because I would show you the Quran verses.
Say that again. Sorry,
So,
I just couldn't understand you.
okay,
Sorry.
okay. Let me just point it this way. Let me go completely different approach now. Because if you don't understand this approach, let me go completely different approach. The reason why, I'm not attacking Muhammad. I am telling you what I think from your Quran and from your Hadiths is morally wrong that Muhammad did, because no other prophet has did this, right? So this is the thing. I don't believe, I don't believe that Muhammad is a prophet or is anybody um to me. I don't believe he's a prophet. I don't believe he's a messenger of God. Nothing like this. It's what you believe. But because my belief is incorrect, you're saying that I'm somehow attacking Muhammad when all I'm doing is quoting your hadiths and I'm telling you why I think that is morally incorrect. That's what I think. So it's not an attack
Okay.
because if you say it's an attack, then you are now saying
A
basically
question.
you're saying that your own
Do you
religion's
mind me
bad.
asking a question here?
Yes?
So, do you remember I asked you why should I, where should I learn Christianity and where should I learn Quran?
Yeah, I'm quoting you. Listen, I'm telling you, I don't just say that Muhammad is a bad person without knowing
No, no,
anything
no,
about him.
no. Okay, you are not
I, I,
answering my question. I asked you that, where should I learn Christianity and where should I learn Quran?
You
And what
should
did you
learn
say?
Christianity from the Bible and from the early church fathers. You should learn Islam from the Quran and from the Hadiths. I already said this about
Okay,
4 times. You asked me the same question four
You've
times.
repeated the
the
same
reason,
conversation.
yeah,
You've
the reason,
repeated. Can you listen, please, Ahmed? This has been a repeated conversation for the past hour of him repeating himself. Can you listen and progress the conversation instead of going round in circles like we've done for the past hour because you're going against your personal beliefs? Your personal
Okay,
beliefs is
It feels like you're trying to
irrelevant.
set him up for like a trap or something.
yeah,
And
exactly.
he,
Okay.
yeah.
Muhammad, let me tell you this. Do you want me to tell you why I think that Muhammad is a bad person? Do you want me to tell you why I
okay,
think it?
sorry to stop. Sorry to stop you here. Sorry
Okay.
to stop you here. The reason I'm repeating those questions, the reason I'm discussing, like having that round and round circle discussion, because you have never come out a single time, to defame Islam. So what I'm saying
Because I don't think
is that,
Islam is a right religion. That's
okay,
why. Why would I
that's
try to
okay.
defend
Here
a
we
So
go
religion that I
round
then,
don't
again in a
believe
okay,
in?
circle.
all right. Then we are not, okay, then I don't think there is no more discussion to discuss it
What?
because in
Well,
Quran, in
the whole
Islam,
point of a debate is to try
sorry,
to identify each
oh,
other's beliefs and
Who
argue
talks
sorry,
about
about
this?
it.
sorry, let me finish. Let me
Or
finish, please. Just
Habibi,
one
Habibti,
10 to 15 seconds. I will finish that. I'll finish
Okay,
that in 10
you
to
Habibti.
finish
15
it.
seconds.
Come on, brother.
In Quran, it is clearly said, do not mock their religions or do not mock their gods, which basically
Okay.
means do not mock their religions because eventually they will do your. And in a single discussion from the previous half an hour, I
Hmm.
never mocked any of your
Okay, well,
religion's beliefs. Did I? Did
let me
I?
tell you how it let
Did
me tell you how
I? No, 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 no.
you personally
Sorry,
didn't.
did
You've
I?
You
asked him.
Yes
Have
and
you
personally
no.
asked
no.
him? Have you asked
You
him a
personally
question?
didn't.
Okay, all right,
You
then,
personally
yeah,
now
then
let me
you
finish the
don't
point.
need to
Now
explain.
let
No,
me
I
finish.
don't want
I
to
need
listen
to explain
anymore because you
because
are going to.
I
Okay, Arif,
think it is
you are
disrespectful.
going to.
I think it is disrespectful from the Quran to say that Jesus is not a god. I think for me that is disrespectful. For
Okay,
me, what your Quran
so
says
if
about
it
my
is,
Jesus, for
okay,
me,
so
that's
if it is,
disrespectful.
okay, so if it is disrespectful for you, the same is disrespectful for me as well, which,
Okay,
we
so
are
Thank you.
having this discussion. So, I mean, if we
Yes.
are having this respectful, differences, then I don't think it makes sense to carry on this discussion
Why
anymore.
doesn't it? No,
And
because
you
listen,
can,
because
yeah,
I'm not crying. I'm not crying here about it that what your religion says about my Jesus. I just think for me it's disrespectful, but I'm not
because I
crying about it.
believe that
I'm willing to
Christianity is the
have
true
the
religion
discussion.
because I
Uh,
believe that's what our teachings are, and this is
Okay,
not our teachings that simply
okay,
attack
so when
on
I tell
someone other
so when I tell
religion.
you my teachings, so when I tell you my teachings, like, oh no, I don't agree with it. That's attacking Islam. But when I say I don't agree with your teachings, you say, oh no, I don't agree with that because that's attacking Islam. But when I say the same thing to you, you say, oh no, that's what our religion teaches. You're contradicting yourself, bro. You just contradicted
Right,
yourself there and then. You just
right,
literally just contradicted
right.
yourself.
Right. Then let's wrap this up, and then feel free to make the
Okay.
memes. All right,
No, I'm not. It's not about making
because
the memes. I
yeah,
tell you, we try to. Listen,
that's what you are trying to do.
you can preach Islam. I'm not stopping you in this server of preaching Islam. You have a
I
dedicated
did
server.
no, no, no,
No, listen, hold on.
right, brother. I did
You're
not
thinking I'm
I,
attacking your religion. No, listen.
that's
You
what you did.
have
You do.
free
Let him
voice.
speak.
No,
Millen, way on, way on. Let him speak. I have now server muted you. I have told you before, stop interrupting. This has been plenty of times you doing this, Ahmed. Harbibi,
no.
Harbibti. Listen, Harbibti.
Ahmed, okay, Ahmed, please let me explain to you. I'm not attacking your religion just because I don't agree with your religion. It doesn't mean I'm attacking your religion. You have a free right in this server. If you want to go and preach dawah, if you want to go and do dawah, you're more than welcome to. You have dedicated Muslim conversation server where you can get other Muslims in if you want and talk about a topic with Muslims that you want to talk about the Quran. It doesn't mean that because I don't agree with your religion that somehow I'm disrespecting you. No, because otherwise we'd all be wimps and with what we have today with LGBT because they all agree saying, oh yeah, let's agree with this, let's agree with this, let's agree with this. That's not how being literally how being an adult works. You're acting like a child. You're saying that because I don't agree with your religion, I'm disrespecting your religion. That's literally acting like a child. Come on, bro. Please. We said we're gonna have an intellectual discussion. Do you want me to tell you? And you can refute the points. Listen, I can make the point as to why I don't agree with your religion, and you can tell me why you think that it's okay. Okay, can we start with that? Yeah? Would that be okay if we start with this? Please. Yeah? I can tell you because you
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry because again I explained, and then this. I mean I think I don't want to be rude to anyone here. I really enjoyed this discussion. Right now, I will. I would like to wrap this up, and then I don't have anything to say. I mean, yeah, people do have their opinions, and people do
thank you.
have whatever they want to say. I respect that because they are free people,
Yeah.
and they want to say whatever they want to say.
Yeah, yeah. So, listen, you don't agree with my religion. I don't think that because you don't agree with my religion, you're being disrespectful to me. I don't think that, but you think that. Now, I'm. You can tell me.
It's
No, listen. You can tell me why you don't agree with my religion, and I will try my best to defend my religion. Now, when I'm also presenting the same thing to you as to why I don't think your religion is the true religion, you can't just say, or you can't just start crying about it and say, oh no, you're being disrespectful. How is that me being disrespectful? Even people that, say atheists, for example, if they come to you, right, say, oh, I think your religion's false, can you try to prove me wrong? It doesn't mean that they're disrespecting, it just means they have a point of view on your religion.
oh, okay. Let me tell you one thing because I mean, the people. I mean, it may sound extremist to you, but I mean, if it does, just tell me. It is an extremist statement. But
What? What?
did you understand what I said?
You called me an extremist?
I did.
Did you make
No,
did you
this
make
is
that
not what I
claim?
said.
What?
I did not said that, bro. I did not say that. What I said, what I am about to say, it may sound extremist.
Oh,
You
okay,
are
okay, okay.
misunderstanding, brother.
Okay, okay, no,
Yeah. So
okay,
you
I'm
are
sorry.
misunderstanding.
I'm sorry if I
Yeah.
misunderstood you. I'm sorry.
Why would I? All right. All
Okay,
right.
okay.
Yeah. Thanks for understanding. So when the discussion that started, it was about mocking, or sorry, like not mocking, but a disrespectful discussion, like, to each other's religion. That's what you said. Like, you said that, in Quran, this is written and this is disrespectful to me. But and I absolutely, I mean, I would agree with that because it may have like, contradiction with your beliefs, right? Now, what I'm trying to say is like, there are some points that you should be pretty clear about that, okay, this point, like for example, like, making about some statements about Muhammad, it's some kind of like, I would say like, if you want to say, then you can like, tell me like, okay, I'm going to say this and that, and do you want to listen that? Then I can agree on that. Okay, okay, I will listen to that. I will not listen to that because sometimes these are very, I would say, sensational or the emotional moments for like, most of the Muslims, because usually the people like, tend to listen that. I mean, for example, if I will like, try to like, say anything bad to Jesus, as I said, that I will be out of the religion, right?
And yeah, that's because of
Now,
the fact that Isa will
No,
come and judge you, Habibi.
no, no,
But
no.
sure.
Okay, no, hold on, no, no, hold on. Ahmed, now let me make that point. Just let me make the same point to you. When you say that you claim that Jesus is a prophet, it is disrespectful to me and to all the Christians around the world.
you could
But
have,
I'm not
right?
crying about that point. So can we just move on? Because if you think it's disrespectful, that's fine. I don't care, nor do I care if you say that Jesus is a prophet, even though it's disrespectful to my religion. But I'm not going to sit here and cry about it and say it's disrespectful because
Right.
literally your opinion does not matter to me and my opinion should not matter to you. Okay, now
Uh-huh.
can we have a discussion about learning the truth, please? Please. And I can tell you why I think that I don't believe that Muhammad is the true prophet, and why, what issues I have with Muhammad, and you can tell me as to why you think that those aren't issues. Is that okay? Please.
Yeah, please carry on.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
So, here is my point. Why I think that Muhammad was not a really good person. Okay, please listen to me. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
that Muhammad was a really good person because if I quote you your Sahih al-Bukhari 5134, Muhammad had
Mm-hmm.
sex with so Muhammad married Aisha when she was 6 years old and he consummated his marriage when she was 9. Okay, so that means he's had sex with her when she was
Alhamdulillah.
9. I don't think that that is something that a prophet would do, and that is a good thing for a prophet to do and to show to people. Now, what I also and how I
Can you
know
tell me the number again? Sorry. Al
Aisha,
Bukhari, what? Al
Sahih
Bukhari, what number?
al-Bukhari 5134.
Mm-hmm.
5134. Sahih al-Bukhari 5134. When
Mm-hmm.
Prophet Muhammad married her when she was 6 years old and consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old. So that means he slept with her, because that's what it means to consummate. It means to have sex with.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I don't think this. Well, this is not the only reason, but this is one of the reasons why I personally reject Islam.
All
Okay.
right. So do you want me to reply for that?
Okay. Yes, please.
Now, let me repeat that. 1 minute. What you said. So he married her when she was
Mhm.
6 years old, and he uh, right, he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old. Hisham said, "I've been informed that Aisha remained with the Prophet for 9 years. That is till his death." All right. Now, uh, consummated these kinds of the definition. Have you
You cut out there, Ahmed. You cut out, bro. You cut out.
you like heard or read any? Hello?
Ahmed, hello, Ahmed. You was cutting out. I don't know if just for me or that for everybody else. Did everyone hear Muhammad? Because I didn't. Was Ahmed? Was
There is the okay.
Ahmed, you're
Let me
cutting out a
repeat that.
lot. You're cutting out a lot.
Yeah,
All right.
but
No,
Hakuna
okay.
Matata, your hadith say that she was nine. Sorry, that she was nine when she slept with your own hadith, and I can show you where your own
Sorry,
hadith also
sorry.
explains this. Okay, sorry, go on, Aki,
Peter,
go ahead.
yeah, let me complete that. Let me ask you this. So, have you, like, if, you said that, again, I will just reference from the back discussion. Sorry if it feels boring to anyone. You said that, if I had to learn Christianity, I should go to the Bible and the old churches, right? So, similarly, if you are
Valid.
quoting this hadith, right? Have you read any of the explanation of this hadith before from
Yeah,
anyone? Like, if that was true, what
yeah.
have you read? Yeah, can you
Yo,
quote that?
hold on, I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up.
Yeah, you
Hold
can.
on.
Right, yeah.
Ahmed, let me ask you. Do you think it's okay to have sex with somebody who's 9 years old?
Just so you know,
That's an easy
somebody
yes
is
or no
also in
question.
this conversation. He's a known paedophile who probably got
Because I
alhamdulillah
tried to
wallahi.
explain you the same. I tried to explain you the same thing, right? A few minutes ago, where I said that where you were claiming the moon and sorry the flag of this the Sebastian people are following that
Mhm.
people and that this and that. Now you did not agree to that. Now whatever I will try to impose to you here, and whatever I'll try to make you understand, I'm
Okay,
afraid
make me
that
understand
you
it.
will not
Make me
hear me.
understand it. Please make me understand it.
All right.
Please make me understand it.
You
No, okay,
said that you
no,
have been to
no, no,
Arab.
no, no,
Okay, so
listen. No,
let me
listen,
tell
no,
you.
stop, stop,
So
stop, stop.
you okay,
You
let
said,
me finish
no,
here.
okay, I quoted your source, and you said what you said that this hadith, right? So I quoted your hadith, your own, and Sahih means authentic, by the way, and you can't lie to everyone here. Sahih al-Bukhari is one of your most authentic hadiths, just like Sahih al-Muslim. So you can't say that those hadiths aren't authentic. You said I don't understand the hadith, and that's not what it actually says. Please provide evidence. Please provide evidence. You said you made a statement. Please provide the evidence for the statement.
Me,
Stop
please.
interrupting people again, Ahmad. This is your final warning.
Sorry, I mean, why it is becoming a final warning? Are you trying to simply
How many
why don't you
times have
dump
you
me?
interrupted Hadithita when he has gave you nothing but respect and let you speak?
That's what I said.
Thank you.
Am
This
I
is your
being
final
disrespectful?
warning. Stop interrupting.
Am I being
No, no,
am I being disrespectful?
no, no. You're fine. Let's carry on, brother. Let's carry on. You're fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm being disrespectful to anyone here. All
It's
right.
fine. You're
What
good.
I'm
You're
trying
good.
to say, yeah, thanks. What I'm trying to say is, you quoted me this hadith, and you said that if I have to learn Christianity, and from your reference, I have to go to the old churches, old father churches,
Yeah.
and then sorry if I'm mispronouncing it or correcting it. Sorry if I'm
Mhm.
misreading it. So
Mhm.
if I have to read the Bible and this or to the old father churches. What I'm trying to say is that have you you quoted me the hadith simply. Have you tried to read in more details like where did this hadith came from and what is the narration and what was the
It is
the historical, because
Sahih.
we
It is
sorry,
Sahih.
it is sahih. It is sahih. Let me
There you go.
complete, please.
So you're saying Sahih
Now
is lying.
there are
You're
a
saying
lot
this
of
is lying. So you're saying it's lying.
sir, you are simply trying to say that whatever it is written, it is true only, and you do not want to know the historical reference, right?
What does
That's what you
Sahih
want to
mean?
say.
What does Sahih mean? What does Sahih
Sir,
mean?
and let me
No,
you mean
tell me what does
authentic,
you're
right?
saying I'm lying. Okay, so it means authentic.
Authentic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't just say this because this is well-known Muslim knowledge. This is not a made-up story. Your Muslims agree with this and try to defend this. Don't try to say that I'm lying about the hadith when even everyone in Islam
Did I say
is
you were
not.
lying?
Yes, you did. You basically did. You saying that you
Uh,
said that
okay.
I'm not understanding
If
the
you are
hadith.
if you are interpreting that I am trying to make you feel lied, I'm not. I'm trying to explain you the historical reference that
Okay,
you need to read about, right?
okay, go on.
You need to read about that historical references, all right? And you will find a lot of other hadiths where this age is contradicting, all right?
Show me the hadiths.
And
Show
then,
me. Show me.
sorry,
Show me the hadiths.
1 minute. Sure.
Because you can't just say that I'm lying without actually proving to me that I'm not understanding something. What do I not understand? That she was a child.
I just don't get like why it has to go into all this crazy stuff. If Muslims say he did this and they defend it, the real question should be about, is it okay for a prophet to have
Yes.
sex with a 9-year-old? It's a really easy conversation to have. Like either it's a yes or a no,
Right.
regardless of
Yes.
Do
whatever.
you want okay? Do you want me to answer this, or do you want me to find the
Yes,
hadith and
please.
get back
I
to
want.
you?
Okay, this is my question. Don't ramble. Just I want a yes or a no. Is it okay to have sex with a 9-year-old?
So, do you
Yes
No
or a no?
ramble.
He
have you
asked you
been
for
to
yes
this?
or
No,
no.
no, no
In
ramble.
that
I want a
culture,
yes
in
or
that
no.
Arab culture, it was at that time. It was that at that time it was fine.
How was
So
it?
let me
That
ask.
time it was
How was it?
okay
How
because
Okay,
was
I
it?
mean
okay, wait, wait,
you
wait, wait,
will
wait, 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 wait,
you,
wait,
okay.
don't ramble.
Sorry,
Wait,
sorry,
wait, wait,
sorry,
wait, 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 wait. You're rambling. You're rambling.
sorry, sorry.
So is
Let me
no, no,
complete.
no,
Let me
no, no, no,
complete.
no.
All right.
I no, no. I
Let me
understand you're
complete.
gonna say
I haven't
you're saying
finished
it's
yet.
relative. You're saying it's
No, no,
relative.
no.
I get that it's relative. But if
No,
God is
I
perfectly
haven't
moral,
finished it.
if God is perfectly moral, morality is objective. Throughout all time, things are good or bad, no matter what you think or feel. It's not subjective. God is good. Things are good or they're bad, and God determines that. If God is saying having sex with a 9-year-old is bad, it doesn't matter if it's yesterday, 1,000 years ago, it's bad to sleep with children. You can't just say morality is relative and it was okay in that time. No, morality is objective. As God's nature is therefore is good, equal to good. So if
Yep.
somebody's doing something against God's nature, it's bad. It doesn't matter what time period, bro. It doesn't matter. It's wrong.
I have
Are you
a
finished, or do you want me to complete? Because
No.
I did not get a chance to complete.
Okay, so yes or no? Is it okay to have sex with a 9-year-old? Yes or no?
Why it is becoming a question? Because like let me tell you, because I have been multiple times repeating that the religion came for the cultures, right? So if there was a culture in the Jesus time, it was a different culture, right? And
Okay.
when it was about Islam, that was in Arab, it was
Mhm.
different culture, all right?
Okay.
And similarly, like I mean, I believe you believe this fact that the Israel, the Jews, they were like were a very should I say that they were a very like they had a lot of prophets, right? And they have like a lot of cultures.
Mhm.
Do you understand that? Like with
Yep.
the passage of time, history changes. And still today, I mean, if you go to Egypt, you will see these cases. And
Yeah,
I'm
because
not
they
saying
follow
about this
Prophet
is
Muhammad.
Islam. And similarly,
Because they follow
if you go
Prophet
to some
Muhammad.
Eastern, no, so even if you go to some Eastern European country which is not
Okay.
Muslim, you will find these cases, and they are Christians.
And they're called pedophiles, and we condemn them. Where for you, your
You
prophet did
condemn
this.
them, or,
Yes. Do you condemn? Do you
so
condemn your prophet? We condemn anyone who has sex
no,
with kids. Do you condemn Aisha? Sorry. Do you condemn
No.
Muhammad?
no,
Do you condemn
No.
Muhammad?
no.
Oh,
As
okay.
I
So
told
so
you,
it's okay for him to have
all
sex with
right.
a
So
9-year-old. Okay.
you are concluding yourself the question from your discussion without listening to us. Right?
Okay.
That's what I have been trying to explain you multiple times from the past discussion. Because you would simply conclude whatever you want to by simply asking or forcing a question rather than trying to understand. And this is what you said that the was she a 90-year-old, was this agency? Now I don't know what else to add here, right? Because if you are saying that you are here to understand, then you have to understand and you have to read more about Islam rather than like simply pointing out and
Yeah, we
finding the
have.
bugs in Islam. And where are your references, right? These are the
From your own
references that
Muslim
you found
I'm
the
sources.
bugs in Islam.
referencing to bro. You're saying that I'm not referencing. I'm referencing everything to, bro. We're not having
No,
a.
I'm not saying that. That's what I also that's why I additionally added that you found bugs in Islam without like letting us. So just you could found some hadith and you found some like ayah
Okay,
without
so
understanding like
do hadiths lie? Do
what their
hadiths
mean is.
lie?
The Sahih
Do you say
al-Hadith
hadiths
Now
lie?
incorrect.
again, so
Do you say
the
no?
same question
Simple.
that
Do
is coming.
hadiths lie?
Okay,
Do
the same
hadiths lie?
question.
Do hadiths lie? No. Tell me. Do hadiths lie? Yes or no?
There are some zaif
Okay.
hadith
Does
and some
Sahih
sahih hadith
al-Bukhari?
which you are saying.
Does Sahih al-Bukhari lie? Does Sahih al-Bukhari lie?
There are some hadiths which are they, which means like the source of those hadiths is not proven, which is like that's what
So you're a kafir.
makes
So you
their
admit to being a
authenticity weak.
kafir. If you say Sahih al-Bukhari lies,
Yeah.
you are kafir. You are a kafir.
Who said that who said
Kafir.
that
Yeah, brother, you can.
denying that second.
You are a
So brother,
kafir. If you
sorry, who is it? Imam. Let me ask you this: aren't there any hadiths in Sahih Sitta which are weak in terms of their authenticity?
You are
Bro,
a kafir. Somebody spit on him. He's kafir.
somebody, you
Right.
agree with
Get him.
Thank
Muhammad?
you.
Get him the yellow. Get him the yellow hat, quick. Make him pay
Yeah,
jizya. Kafir.
Ahmed, brother, you can't like deny the hadith and stuff like that.
Yeah, like so
Well,
somebody is a
I
Muslim.
can never
Somebody is
deny
a
that.
Muslim.
But at what I
You just
asked,
did. You've just
what
denied it.
I asked.
You just denied it. You just denied it, bro. You literally just denied the hadith. You are kafir. You are a
Oh,
kafir.
right.
Somebody,
You
when are you
say
gonna get him a hat and
Thanks.
make him pay jizya? Come on, brother.
you
Thank you.
Hakuna Matata. You're also a kafir then if you don't agree with this, because if you don't, somebody, you're a Muslim, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
no, it's not
Okay.
about
No, listen, listen,
It's not
listen. No,
about going against
Ahmed,
Islam.
wait. You're
Let me
speaking to somebody. No, please let me ask a question to
tell you.
somebody. Please let me ask a question to
Let
somebody.
me finish this. Let me finish
Somebody,
this. Let me finish this,
somebody,
please.
bro, please.
Let me finish this.
Okay,
I asked.
somebody. Do you think? So, do you think if somebody rejects Sahih al-Bukhari, are they a kafir by definition or not?
if it's a hadith that has been unanimously agreed upon that this is authentic, then you cannot reject it.
So they will be a kafir by definition.
Right. If it, as long as we know for sure that the Prophet Muhammad specifically instructed this, you cannot deny it.
Okay, so Sahih al-Bukhari, you can't deny. We agree on this, yes?
Well, the Sahih al-Bukhari, it contains a lot of hadith, so we don't know which one is like authentic and which one is like
So
But
that's
if
why
you
maybe.
it's me about Aisha.
have multiple sources from different hadiths from Sahih al-Bukhari saying the same thing, would that say that
Yes.
hadith is correct?
Right.
Thank you.
That's one of the ways. Yes.
Yes, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Yeah. But
Perfect.
Sahih, I'm saying like that book, it contains
A
some
lot,
that have
yes.
multiple sources we know for sure, and some that is like okay,
Yes.
only one person.
Absolutely. Right, guys, this has been lovely, by the way, but I gotta go because Nathan, I'll see you tomorrow at 6 at training because I gotta go drop my family off in the morning, and I'm gonna be up at
Yes.
6 o'clock.
Take care, brother.
Because I'll be with yeah, Nathan. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, at 6.
Take care, brother.
Yeah, that's fine, bro. Don't be late for training though, because if you're late for training, then you're gonna make me look silly. Yeah.
Of course. Take care, man.
Yeah. Right. You too, bro. Have a good one.
Hey,
Right.
can I add last one thing
Thank you, guys. Thank you
before
for
you
the
go?
conversations. See, yeah. Okay. One last thing. You got like 30 seconds, bro, because I have to go off.
Yeah, the real quick is the authenticity of the hadith. So if you said the hadith that you had quoted from the Sahih Muslim 5134, you said that is this
I
hadith
didn't call you Sahih
Sahih?
Muslim. I didn't. I
That's
didn't.
what I
I
was
didn't
trying to
call you
explain.
Sahih Muslim. I said
So
Sahih al
I
Bukhari.
have 30 seconds. Do not waste my 30 seconds. I have 30 seconds. Let me complete. So there are some hadiths which are weak in their source, and there are some hadiths which have their true reference. That
Yep.
is the difference between a daif
Yep.
and sahih hadith, authentic and a weak hadith. That's it.
Yeah. So what you've done there is done a lot of yapping. Very clearly, you're a kafir according to the belief of actual Muslims. Why are you following?
Yeah,
Why
thank
are you
you.
following? Why are you following Islam if you're a kafir?
Because
Are you
there
paying
is a
jizya?
misunderstanding.
No.
There is a
Your own
misunderstanding.
actual Muslim that is a genuine Muslim that follows the correct hadiths call you kafir. Go pay jizya, Habibi.
So,
Habibti,
do you
pay
want me
jizya.
to convert?
No,
Do you want me to
we don't
convert
want
right
known paedophiles
now?
like you to join Christianity.
Right. Yeah. So then, okay, that's where you are defining the
Go be
boundaries for your
atheist.
religion.
Go
Thank you.
be atheist. We won't claim such
Yeah,
paedophilia
that's
from people
fine.
like you.
That's fine. And now you have mocked the atheism and Islam at the same time.
Of
That's
course.
good.
Of course. Habibi, your own prophet calls himself a false prophet, Habibi. Is your mother a whore? Is your mother a whore?
Read again what some has
Habibi.
read what some has written again, right? That's what I meant.
Yeah. So I didn't call him, and I'm saying you cannot deny clearly authenticated hadith. What we have given you is clearly authenticated hadith, Habibi. What you are doing is you are going
Didn't I
against
say?
Sunnah, Habibi. What happens if you go against Sunnah, Habibi?
Didn't I say
You are
that
a
I have
kafir,
other hadiths to
Habibi.
prove you?
So all
Okay,
you're
thank you.
providing is that we have multiple hadiths confirming one thing, then you have one hadith confirming the opposite. It doesn't change the fact you're a kafir,
I
Habibi.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah. So would you like to hear about how your mother's a prostitute, your sister's a whore? According to Allah, your wife is a whore. Every woman in your religion is a whore, Habibi.
Mm-hmm.
According to Allah.
All right.
Yeah, would you
And
like to hear
what
about that?
else?
Yeah, it's in your Quran, Habibi.
Okay, that is exactly what I was expecting. And thanks for helping me understand Christianity more better. And I
Oh
know that I
yeah.
have one less religion that I have don't have,
Yeah.
never have to follow.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Me showing you evidence in your own Quran that your entire women, according to Allah,
Mm-hmm.
is a whore.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see the evidence.
Yeah. I mean, you will not
Habibi.
agree to that, and you will not understand the explanation because
Oh
you
really?
just are here to find the bugs.
Habibi.
And even if I would be a
It's in your
Hindu,
Quran. Is the Quran? Wait, are you calling
you
the
would
Quran
be finding
false?
bugs in Hinduism, and you would be finding everywhere the bugs, even though, like,
Okay.
you never wanted to like understand the things from the other from person mindset.
Okay. Show me some bugs in the Christianity, please. Oh wait, Habibi, there is no hard bugs, Habibi. So you
Let
knowingly
me.
follow a religion that has errors.
Mm-hmm.
Make it make sense, Habibi. Not to
All
mention,
right.
Habibi, you just called your Quran false, Habibi. Kafir, Habibi.
Astaghfirullah.
You're getting stuck for Allah, Habibi.
Astaghfirullah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah.
Wallahi, Habibi.
I
Wallahi,
hope.
Habibi.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
hope
that's fine.
you
Let's have a
will
look at
go
the
through
video.
this.
Yeah, let's have a look at the video of
And
Allah calling your women whores.
now
Let's have a
you
look.
have a lot of time.
Let's
All
have a
right.
look.
I don't have
Yeah,
any
yeah, yeah,
time
yeah,
to
yeah,
discuss
yeah, yeah.
this anymore.
Because
All right.
because
Thanks. Bye.
you've done nothing but run around in circles for the past 3 hours. Let's have a quick look. Come on, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Allah calls your women whores. Don't be scared. Let's have a look, Habibi.
What did Allah call the queens of Jannah?
Have a look, Habibi. Click on the
Uruban
stream, Habibi.
Atraba,
Don't be scared.
the Muslim women when they go
Be
to
proud.
Jannah. What
Allah
did
calls your women
Allah call
whores.
them? What did Allah call your mothers, your daughters, and sisters in Jannah? Ya Muslimin. Let us see. So this is the ayah, chapter 56, ayah 37. Uruban Atraba.
Very good. Now
Atraba.
I know, like, the
Yeah.
So
true
I
religion
went
is Islam.
to
All right.
As-Suyuti,
Oh, be
Thanks.
proud. Be
his
proud.
book,
Be proud.
Jalaluddin
Your women are
As-Suyuti,
whores.
Yeah, I am proud.
to show
Yeah,
you
be
I'm
proud.
the
Your
proud of
women are
meaning of
this. Then
whores.
they are
Islam.
not whores.
And I
And I
provided
know
my
who are
own
the
English
whores. I mean,
translation. And
Oh,
immediately
Allah,
Muslims
whore or
start to call
whore,
me a lying
doesn't
and
matter
deceiver,
whatever
as I
their
mentioned.
religion is.
Here is the book
Allah, Habibi.
of Al-Imam
No, you will
Al-Hafiz
not listen to this. I know that. All right.
Jalaluddin
Yeah.
As-Suyuti.
Don't listen
About
that
the
your
iman
Allah
I've
calls
shared.
your
All
women
right.
whores.
Al-Imam
Yeah.
Al-Hafiz
Because you know
Jalaluddin
that if you
Oh
started
wait,
to
wait,
study
no. Did you
Suyuti.
give me a source from Dr. Sahir Naik, a known liar for Islam that knows nothing about Christianity,
right,
but
then
he does
if
nothing but lie?
if everyone
Oh,
if everyone
Habibi.
is liar and if everything is wrong, then what is the discussion we are having? Right?
Okay, Habibi.
And have a good one.
Let's do you want to see evidence that Mr. Dr. Zahir Naik is false prophet, Habibi.
What a super productive conversation.
Well, they can't. Well, of course, it's my favorite video because they can't defend Allah calling that women whores, Habibi.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my God.
Van
Is it
Af-
always like that? With like people? Like holy shit.
yeah, no. So I mean, somebody he'll actively defend paedophilia, just because it progresses Islam and a false religion. I honestly, when he goes to
But it's just a
Mecca
simple question. Like
and
it's a
dies,
yes or no. Is it bad or not? It's
no,
just
it's bad.
like regardless. Yeah, exactly. It is bad,
It's
but they
morally,
can't answer
morally
that. It
bad.
seems like that. Yeah, that's bad. Oh man, jeez.
You did see his reaction, Habibi.
book
Okay, carry on.
in his book
For the one time.
شقائق الأطراج في رقائق الغنج.
Good times, guys.
In his book
Yeah.
on page 69, as we mentioned last time,
Oh,
we
69,
can find
the special number.
the following. Here is the ayah again. عربا أطرابا, chapter 56, ayah 37 of the Quran. Crystal clear in front of you. And here what the meaning is of عربا. Here is the meaning of عربا. أطبق المفسرون وأهل اللغة على أن العرب جمع عرب أو عربة أو عرب وإنها القحبة وإنها القحبة. So the meaning of عرب or عربا is القحبة, the whore. I truly did not want to use this Arabic filthy word, this filthy word in Arabic, but you Muslims forced me to show you what the Muslim women will be called in Jannah. Your mothers, your sisters and daughters will be called whores in Jannah. A whore. Now, Muslim ladies who are listening and watching, you are called a whore in the Jannah of Allah, in the paradise of Allah, by Allah Himself. Because remember, the Quran is the speech of Allah. He's calling you uruban atraba. Do you have some self-dignity? Do you have some self-respect to accept that about yourself, being called a whore, al-qahba, by Allah Himself and His Prophet? Do you have some dignity to accept that your mother who gave birth to you, who carried you 9 months in her womb, to be called a whore? Ya Muslimin? Do you have some dignity to stay one split second in this evil, perverted, disgusting cult of Muhammad, to be called like that? Ladies, wake up, please. Let me play a short video clip from another Arabic speaker who's going to read the same book and confirm what I just said in the Arabic.
نخش بقى على تفسير نص قرآني جميل جدا بقى في كتاب شقائق. احنا نكبر كده اهو. شقائق الأترج في رقائق الغنج للإمام الحافظ جلال الدين السيوطي، تحقيق وتعليق الدكتور محمد سيد رفاعي، طبع دار الكتاب العربي دمشق. أو كتاب تاني مرة تانية، شقائق الأترج للإمام السيوطي. في صفحة 69 بيقول يا جماعة، أنا متردد والله، معلش بقى سامحوني بقى. في صفحة 69 بيقول إيه؟ 69 بيقول إيه؟ قال تعالى في صفة نساء أهل الجنة: إنا أنشأناهن إنشاء فجعلناهن أبكارا عربا أترابا. الواقع 35 37. بصوا بيقول إيه بقى؟ الكلام مش هتلاقوا على مواقع، خدوا بقى الزبد بقى. أطبق المفسرون وأهل اللغة. شوف ما يجيش واحد مسلم يتمضرط يقول لك أهل اللغة، المفسرون وأهل اللغة على
Imam.
أطبق المفسرون أهل اللغة على أن العرب
Be patient, Habibi.
جمع عربة أو عربة أو عروب، وإنها القحبة. أنا آسف في اللفظ يعني، مكتوبة كده في الكتاب على فكرة. جماعة اليوتيوب بيشوفوا بس مش هتشوفوا. أطبق المفسرون وأهل اللغة على أن العرب جمع عربة أو عروب، وإنها القحبة.
Now, I want to ask any Muslim woman, do you accept that about yourself? Do you have any honor, self-respect, or dignity to accept that about you, to be called a whore, a prostitute in the Jannah of Allah? Please wake up. Thanks for watching, and God bless.
What did you want to ask, brother?
What responses do they give to that? Have you actually talked to somebody who answers it, or do
Yeah,
they
yeah,
just
of course. Well, somebody said Urban Atrabe means a village. Someone also said it means well. There was another one. What was the one?
what would that even mean within the context of the verse? Then the woman is a well. Like what?
Literally, you tell me, Chief. You couldn't explain it.
Yeah, I don't understand it. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like what? Like seems really hard to run away from. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's good times. Oh, look, there we go. We've got a definition there from Hakuna Matata. Apparently, it means devoted now. So good times.
Like a devoted whore, or just devoted?
Just evidently, it's a devoted whore. I mean, according to his definition. Urban
Who's like,
Atrabar, Habibi.
who's like the best Muslim person in here to have an actual conversation with? Do you like? Is there a
What? An
specific person?
unbiased source? Because I mean, Muslims are
No, no, no,
evidently
no, no, no,
very,
no, no, no.
very.
Like a Muslim person in the server who is like good faith, who would be a good person to talk to
Chloe.
about it.
Chloe.
Is there anybody you know
Yeah,
in
yeah.
here, or?
So the person that you'd be looking for, if you look in the debates chat, is at Chloe.
Okay.
She's an ex-Muslim. She left due to these reasons and the way they treat women. More specifically, she also has an issue with that specific verse because she's a native Arabic speaker, and the way that Muslims inherently treat women are less than human.
Yeah.
So, I mean, realistically, I suppose she's a somewhat biased source against Islam, but she is a native speaker.
Yeah. It just, I don't know. Islam seems like it has a lot of problems. It's got a lot of problems.
It has too many. Anyway, I've got to get to bed, man. I've got to go beat up Millen tomorrow. So I'll enjoy your guys' evening, yeah.
Okay, take it easy, man.
Take care, brother. See you around, Slav. Speak with the speaker.